Where is my... So, the party, having entered into the old ruins of Ilusk under the city, met some were-rats working for gentlemen... Well, for your boss. So they... And after some culinary discussion between the elf in the group and the rats, he led to several locations where they showed you where some of the rats were killed. In the midst of one of your conversations, while standing around an alleyway, you were ambushed. One of your comrades took a severe blow from a knife-wielding knife-ear. Several of you were shot arrows at, and Cole discombobulated their smug elvishness by essentially hopping off the fucking ceiling and shanking someone with a pole arm through a window, because nobody really experienced really loud.
Yeah.
How about now?
Okay.
You know you can turn your own volume down as well, eh? In the if you click on the little cogwheel at the top right hand corner, there's a master music volume knob. If it's too loud for you, because mine's not the same for everybody, because I don't know what your PC volumes are set to. So Cole surprised an elf through a window, inflicting a fairly grievous wound. Party, being somewhat clever, remembered to follow the blood splatter, and after some very, very good survival rolls, the party managed to track the blood trail to the entrance of a cavern. The cavern itself, well, the entrance of the tunnel, leads into a large cavern, which I'll probably show you guys now. I haven't found a good solution, so bear with me. Into a large cavern, supported by a natural pillar of rock, and it contains 3 stalagmites. In the western part of the cave, behind the column of rock, are 3 bedrolls, and a heap of ordinary supplies: sacks of flour, bags of salt, casks of salted meat, lanterns, flasks of oil, pickaxes, shovels, that kind of thing. Amid the supplies, you see the body of a dwarf. The northeast section of this cavern has collapsed, forming a 10-foot wide, 20-foot deep pit. A sturdy hemp rope is tied off around a nearby stalagmite, angles down the side of the pit, at the bottom of which is a rough-hewn tunnel heading northwest-east. What do you do?
So, who's going first?
I guess it is me, Cormor. Is there supposed to be something on the map, or is it just white?
Can you guys not see it?
I can see it.
Nope.
I can't.
God damn it, not again. Hold on. This is a really annoying bug. I think one of the recent patches for tabletops have introduced it.
That would be most annoying.
Let me try again. I have some saved objects here that I can attempt to use again. Where's my maps? Maps. Really should drag an Aethermouse map. Can you guys see something now?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. That should... There you go. That make better sense?
Yes, now it makes much better.
Okay, so these are the 3 stalagmites, stalactites I mentioned. There's the pillar holding up the room, big old collapse with the 2 tunnels, and so on and such.
Yeah.
Well, each square is 10 feet, just for future reference, so you can move 3 squares per round during combat, unless you dash or do something else.
Okay.
Comrade, maybe you should send Comrade Skellington first.
Skeleton.
But they are not very strong, well protected, like you.
True, but they are also skeleton.
How about We compromise?
You can always make more, but what if I get killed? You can't make more of me.
Well, I can make you a skeleton.
Yes, but that'll just be a skeleton. Not me.
I'll send my owl up.
Okay. Have you got an owl stats there with you?
Yes.
Excellent.
60 feet of flying.
Alright, so you send your
120 foot of dark
owls
vision.
silently coasting through the air into the room beyond.
Advantage on perception
you-
checks that rely on hearing and sight.
Okay. What are you looking for, or what are you sending your owl to look for? Are you watching through his eyes?
Yeah, I was looking around for obvious ways out of the cave. Anyone hiding in the shadows?
Are we there in that passageway, or are we sort of at
Yes.
the entrance to that chamber?
You're
Because-
welcome to walk up to the chamber entrance if you
Okay.
want. You guys
No,
kind of
I'm
stopped
just
here last
curious,
week, like
really.
at
Okay.
the entrance
it's-
tunnel.
Yeah, it was just with the description you gave of the chamber. I thought that.
Well,
were
you
actually
guys, most of you have dark vision. In fact, I think all of you have dark vision. So you'd be able to see most of the stuff I mentioned in there
Okay.
pretty easily from where you're standing.
Cool.
Alright, Hippo, so what is your owl looking for?
Ways out of cave. Anybody hidden in the shadows?
Alright, make a perception roll for me to see if you can spot any ambushers inside of the cave.
Do I get to use my owl's perception?
Yeah, that's exactly what you'll be doing.
And I get advantage!
Because remember, you're just watching through his eyes. You're not actually controlling him. You're using his senses.
Nice. That's 21.
You do not see any sign of anybody hiding inside the cave. And the only two exits appear to be at the bottom of this collapsed tunnel.
And there are 2 exits, yeah?
Yes, there's 2 exits, one heading northwest and one heading east. You also, with your keen owly eyes, hear faintly in the distance the sound of a waterfall echoing down the passageway
So,
towards you.
which of these was the ways open?
Black hole over there, and black hole over there.
I relay this to the team. That there are two ways out. Which way is the waterfall coming from?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. 2 ways out of the cave. One to the east and one to the south. Assuming that this up here is north.
Assuming.
Alright. But
There's
so
north,
the area is empty, but maybe you should still send in skeleton first. Maybe enemy is invisible.
Yes, but my skeletons are not very aware.
Well, we don't want him to notice the enemy. We want the enemy to think that skeleton is us. And
Well,
like, you know.
again, let's compromise. How about
I have an idea.
Okay.
What if we send one of your skeletons in, and I can cast the spell on myself, which might help, and I can follow him in, and the skeleton can be, for lack of a better description, could be a distraction. I can make myself invisible and follow the skeleton in.
Well, I was going to just make Cole invisible.
Well, the point is not to us for me to be us invisible. I just want skeletons to trigger like traps and ambushes. That's all I'm asking. It's a damn skeleton. Aren't they designed to be, used?
Very well. I send generic skeleton in, not not Gregory.
Okay. How far are you ordering him? Oh, what is your order to him?
Just walk up to this. Let's go for this entrance. Walk up to there.
This is a hole, hey? Sorry if I wasn't. The northeastern section of the cavern has collapsed, forming a 10-foot wide, 20-foot deep pit. So this is the pit section. And the exits are at the bottom of the pit. A sturdy hemp rope is tied off around a nearby stalagmite.
Okay, I
Angled down the side of the pit.
just send him up to the edge then.
Alright. Skeleton A walks up to the edge of the pit. Nothing appears to spring from the shadows to murder.
Alright, I carefully follow the skeleton.
Right. Glancing around the interior of the room, there's just the supplies, and as well as the dead dwarf.
Now, is the dwarf really dead?
I
I go investigate.
Sure, make a medical
Poking
medicine.
it with my long arms and stick.
Poke it with your arms, and stick.
And also medicine check.
Alright.
I'm not very good with medicine.
pretty
and this
sure he's
roll was
dead.
Not very good. Yes,
My
that
god,
was
the
a
Windows 10
fight.
note function is great. Yes. He appears to be dead, comrade.
It's dead dwarf. How he
I'm
got dead?
just
who
going
knows?
to... Sorry, I'm normally not going to do this, but just for the sake of Dylan not being here, and he always asks, he's going to take a
Oh, for
vial of
fuck's sake, of course!
Because he would have done that if he were here, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to... No,
No,
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Well, the dwarf is very dead, but I can't tell why what is the cause of death, because I might have had, stabbed him a little bit. Make sure he's dead.
I'd roll it over and try and discern that.
The wound's fairly familiar. Somebody with a rather sharp blade has given him a shave a little bit closer than...
Yeah, it's probably
You
these
would've liked.
elves.
Damn elves, why they keep killing everyone? What the fuck is wrong with them? Did
Yeah,
they
Hans, why do the
complain?
elves keep killing everybody?
You know, we just can't help it sometimes.
All okay.
Right.
All the repression of a complete of a culture of the elvish culture is found.
Hmm.
How old is the emperor? Is it going to this
No,
get broken if I try to put my weight on?
it looks fairly... I wouldn't say new, but it looks sturdy, good condition.
Does it look like that rope is currently taking any weight, like it's like somebody's already holding on to?
Can we just see down to the bottom of the pit?
Yeah, you guys
Is
can
there
see down to
even
the bottom.
down there?
This
Yes, but what
Oh,
if they're
loose-
invisible?
loose gravel and stones. And, are you saying this out loud? Like, is there something on the rope, or are you asking me as a
I'm
DM?
asking you as a DM.
I'm asking this out loud. Is anybody attached? If they
It's nobody
make themselves-
attached, but the rope appears to be rather more taut.
Like, isn't
I
it buried in
okay.
gravel?
I take my dagger and I cut the rope.
That's what's,
Damn it.
That's
Okay.
a perfectly good rope.
You guys
I've got
hear
my-
a yelp in a somewhat melodious voice, laced with some curses, as somebody plummets and hits
Is
the
it
ground
Elvish?
beneath you. It's in Elvish,
What's he
yes.
say? What's he say?
So, what do you say?
You hear, well, I guess just the two of you speak Elvish.
You hear the Elvish version of motherfucker.
Kind of. You hear, the Sarwin's left testicle, as he hits the ground. Or she, or it. Okay, and then they're going to take some full damage.
Wait, how deep is pit, comrade?
20 foot, comrade.
20 foot. Oh, fucking pussy elves can't even take a 20-foot fall without taking damage.
You would take damage too.
No, I wouldn't.
Go on then, jump.
This is the challenge. What are you going to be paying me? I ain't fucking drunk.
That was unexpected. Okay. So. You guys have cut
Sorry.
the rope. I'm fine with that. I'm always happy when my players think outside the box. Alright, so. You guys are standing in the passageway with the faint susurration of water coming from down the passageways towards you.
Did I see like a cloud of dust get like spread?
You did
when
see
we-
a little puff of dirt get kicked up.
But I don't see any elf.
No elf.
Damn, I don't see any elf down there, but I heard elf.
But yeah, there was
Yeah.
definitely something down there.
Okay, I'm gonna fire a couple of rounds from my pepper box into the ground, into that pit below. Sort of 2 shots within 5 feet of each other, at 5 feet and 10 feet from both.
You're
exits.
basically just going to try and like blanket the entranceways basically with a couple of
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah, the
Okay.
idea is just because if they've moved close there, then they're gonna have to avoid left leg,
Okay.
and hopefully they'll make noises when they get burned.
Alright. After this very sudden, decisive act of cutting the rope, your companion pulls out his unusual weapon and offloads a thunderous series of detonations down at the pits below. He doesn't appear to be
fucking
firing anything.
ears! It's a fucking cave.
The echoes die away from this enormous racket, leaving probably everything in like a 2-kilometer radius very much aware of some racket getting kicked up. But you didn't hear any more exclamations or anything else.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the prize.
Had to make sure.
I shout down, "Hey elves, I'm a fellow elf. What are you doing? Why are you killing these rat men?"
Silence.
Okay.
Do I see any footprint down there?
Well, you'd have to climb down, comrade, to go and make survival roll, comrade.
Oh damn!
Well, you could just walk down, I guess,
Oh,
'cause
God,
you've got those
yeah.
fancy slippers.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh yeah, you're correct. Let me just walk.
I was about to cast fly on him.
Yes, because a
stop,
fucking
stop.
spider walking man wasn't terrifying enough already. Okay. So you walk down to the side.
Keeping my back to the wall. When
Well,
I
it's very hard to keep your back to the wall when you walk. You know, when you're
No,
walking
no,
on
no,
the
no.
wall as a floor.
When I get down, that's when I'll keep my back to the wall.
Okay, your kidneys remain unperforated as you lean down to inspect the ground, the gravel and powdery dirt at your feet. Make a survival check for me, comrade Bug.
Yes, I shall.
What are the rest of you guys doing while comrade Bugbear is walking around like Spider Pig?
I'm checking out this area up top
Survival.
here, see what I
What
can
is the
find.
It's
Any
10.
kind of information.
Damn.
No footprints, comrade.
I'm attaching new rope.
I
Alright.
don't see any footprint. Is the elf still here? Elf fucker, are you here? Okay, maybe he's not as stupid as I think. Hey, Hans, what is the worst insult you can tell to an elf?
You look like a human.
Yeah, you heard that, you fucking elf. You look like a human.
From somewhere near you, you hear the sound of a blade getting drawn from a sheath before getting slammed back down in it, as if somebody's just arrested somebody's wrist from trying to pull a blade out of a sheath.
Oh shit, there's 2 of the fuckers. I think.
sort of peek over the edge there. I want to see if I can spot where these guys.
Tell them they are as stealthy as a human. A drunk human.
You're about as sneaky as a drunk human.
Make a... what would that be? I'm trying to see if they keep their composure, but I'm not really sure what stat to use for that.
Willpower.
Well,
Let's say... yeah, well, that's a charisma. Charisma is force of personality. So... okay. Nothing happens.
can I make an intimidation check for try and piss
Yeah.
these guys off?
You can certainly try.
Alright.
You guys are like the least sneaky stealth group ever.
Jesus. That's only a 7.
Some of the Elvish that Hans gives you doesn't really translate that well.
Can I sort of like try and see if I can sort of figure out where they are. See if I can spot them down there in the bottom. Maybe I can see something on the ground, some kind of indication.
Sure. Perception roll. I mean, might be
How
hard.
wide is this area anyway?
Each square is
10
10
feet?
feet, lady.
21.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
I grab a
Well,
handful of the gravel, the loose
yeah,
gravel
ask
that's at the top here,
Elf
and I start flinging it down sort of around to see if I can, if they are invisible, hopefully the dust will highlight their outline or something.
Cole, small handfuls of cupped earth are like tossed over onto you, kicking up dust clouds and covering the bottom in drifting haze of dirt and dust.
Can you see anything down there, like an outline or anything of what I yelled to Cole?
Do I?
No.
I don't see shit, Captain.
I yell out in Elvish, your brother was a no.
We'll never know.
Your brother wasn't.
No.
I think you'd push the talk cut out there.
Or he
Oh
died.
no.
Well, a gnome, yeah. I was gonna go with halfling, but I figured a gnome would be more insult. You smell like the old dwarf.
Like old dwarf. Rude. Okay. So, gentlemen. I ache to hear more of your fantastic solutions.
Oh,
Hey, I already cut the rope, so.
How good are skeletons at climbing down rope?
Athletics check.
I take out my halberd and basically just start mine sweeping
Okay.
because the whole area is like only 10 feet, so I like
Yeah.
start
You swing it
going
a bit.
from like this direction, like down here, like just mine sweeping, hoping that somebody upstairs will be actually looking at my back and not,
Yep.
so somebody doesn't shank.
How much does a skeleton
Yeah.
weigh?
Don't ask me things
Probably
like
like
that.
20 kilos. They aren't very heavy.
Skeletons, let's have Jesus Christ. Questions I get asked. I don't know, not much.
Like enough that I could probably reasonably tie them up and lower them down.
Probably, yeah.
I
I
can
assume
help.
I'd do that.
assume skeleton with all of their equipment would be.
If somebody
20
else is
kilos
going to
per-
do it, Hippo, probably not.
I'll do it.
What do you mean with my like 5 strength?
Boy. Okay. It takes a bit of
You'd be
doing, but you guys
exhausted
managed
from
to
just
lower.
lifting pen.
Yes. Takes a bit of doing. But you guys managed to get the Skellingtons to the bottom. Your minesweeping finds nothing cool.
All the fucking hell seems to have already lit.
It's almost like they're opportunists who are not here for a fair fight.
All yes. Did we already realized? Well, are the rest of you fuckers coming down anytime soon?
Yep, I'll be helping Hansen knocks down and.
Okay, those of you climbing down with the aid of the rope need to kindly make a DC 15 acrobatics check.
Oh my.
Athletics check,
That's-
not acrobatics.
That's very high.
It's a standard vertical
Acrobatics, you
climb
said?
check. No, athletics.
Oh, no.
So both of you make those two for me, please.
7.
Oh, and it's
It's
Okay.
Nox, and who's gonna roll for Nox?
I'll roll for Mox, just to remind me when I need to roll for the boy. Mox rolled a 4, fantastic. Okay, so a character who fails the check of 5 or more falls. So, Hippo, I need you to take 2d6 damage from me, so let's roll that quickly. Oof! You take 10 points of falling damage. How much did you roll,
Ow!
Lauren?
No, I'm helping Hansen and Nox down. Then I'm
Okay.
going to try and do something acrobat.
Oof! I rolled max damage for Nox. That's bad.
How bad
okay.
is it?
That's 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, what about you, Lauren?
Okay, I am going to try and be acrobatic. I'm going to grab the rope that's coiled up, and I'm going to take a running jump down and try and do some, fancy footwork to sort of run down the side of the thing.
No
while
way,
holding
this
onto
could
the
go
rope.
wrong.
There's no way that can go badly. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. What is it? What's it going to be? Acrobatics check? Or...
Athletics in this particular case, because it's more about upper body strength, arm strength than anything else.
11.
11.
It doesn't go.
Well, at least you don't fail by 5 or more, so you don't fall. You fall, but you manage to arrest enough momentum with the rope, so you don't actually take any damage.
Okay,
So
cool.
you get to the bottom, but it's not graceful. It's definitely not stylish.
That's okay. That was it was an option, and I sort of like ta-da.
However, Nox is like kind of lying flat on the floor of the cave next to you guys. He's kind of like, honey, I'm not feeling so good.
Walk it off, man.
He's on 14 HP currently.
Bollocks.
After-
Okay.
after that
Can we sit down and catch our breath?
With these opportunists, hell?
uh,
And I don't mean these two.
Oof. Low blow.
I give him a potion to drink. It's a potion of superior.
Just look at my healing stats quickly. Superior healing is 84 plus 8. Okay.
Who's gonna roll the d4s?
You can roll them if you like.
Okay.
You can also just roll 4 d8s if you want. I have some d8s.
$16 and 8 is 24.
Right. Okay. So he knocks back a potion. And
How's he
it's
looking
looking
now? Slightly
much better.
okay.
Very much better. In fact, he looks glowing. Looks great.
Okay, cool.
So that'll. All right.
Thanks, honey. That's pretty good.
Right. So you're standing in these collapsed
Yeah.
Train?
So, which
passage
way are we
behind
going?
you,
I want
passage
to.
in front of you.
Oh, now that we're all down here, I want to check to see if I can sort of see which direction our elfie friends went in.
Sure,
the
make a survival check.
Okay.
See if you can track sixes.
Survival check of 10. I don't think.
Fortunately, no tracks visible in the dust. You might have some magical obscuring.
If we're gonna go down this way, can I, around this door, just nonchalantly do a alarm ritual? Whilst everyone's just derping about.
Sure. Okay. Seems fair.
Ooh.
Okay, so you have caused alarm on that.
Yay!
Right.
I'll get a ding-a-ling if anybody comes that way.
Okay. It's fair.
Ring-a-ling-a-ding.
So, find yourselves in the very cramped confines. Skeletons and the 4 of you. Cole pushes into the darkness. You
Okay.
enter a new tunnel, Cole.
Yes.
Many tunnels intersect here, and the center is a 30-foot high cavern. It appears to be natural. The walls, however, are carved with simple reliefs showing orcish miners hard at work. Below them, nearly 24 skeletons in rusted scraps of armor are scattered across the cavern floor. Some are dwarf skeletons, while others are orc remains. Half a dozen large brass lanterns stand in niches or on ledges around this cavern, but none of them are lit.
Does it look like they were simply dumping bodies in here, or does it look like this was a source of like a battlefield or like a animal den?
From the condition of the bodies and the position, you infer there was some kind of battle. You know that Illusk was a orc city. The ancient city of Illusk was built by orcs. So the doors were most likely the invaders.
Intriguing. Why would the battlefield have been gone unplundered for so long?
Good question.
Why indeed? What are the rest of you doing now that Cole's probing in?
Following Cole.
I am also following with my skeletons.
And I have my pepper box out and ready, and I'm keeping an eye out for.
All right. You guys hear
sort
a
of
sudden
looking at this battlefield, at these bodies. Does it look like they've been disturbed at all? Like anybody's tried to loot them in the past? Does it appear that they, for the most part, still have all their bits and bobs in?
It looks like they've been left where they fell. However, while you guys have your attention riveted across the remains of dwarves and orcs, you hear a sudden flapping above you as a horde of winged shapes descend from the ceiling.
Oh no!
Oh no!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As actually, the only one of you guys who probably know what this is Hippo.
Hello!
Hans, you've seen these creatures. They're horrid little flying creatures, like a cross between a large bat and an oversized mosquito. Their legs have sharp little pincers at the end of them, and they have a long needle-like proboscis. And you know what they are, they're sturges. They feed on the blood of living creatures.
Yes!
And they descend on you in a horde of flapping wings with ravenous hunger to come and chow down on you. I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Leo's going to
Oh,
drink
no.
your blood! That one's for me, this one's for skeletons. Wow, skeletons. Fucking hell.
Okay, put yourself in your initiative orders there. What did you get, lady?
I got a 13 plus. I'm just trying to find.
Oh my god, Dylan rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Where's my initiative? I remember it somewhere. It's 2, so that's a total of 40. I rolled a 13, so 15.
I also rolled a
Okay.
15.
Okay, which of you wants to go first?
I don't know.
Let's say 15.
Anybody have any preference?
I don't really. have a
I'll go first.
Okay, what about you, Lalorn? What did you roll?
13.
My skeletons are
everybody
up
rolled
there
fairly high.
with 19.
Jesus. Okay, Sturges are like not great. They're over here, and Skellingtons are way the fuck down. Okay. Perfect.
Hello.
So,
Hey!
oh
I
hello.
just rolled initiative!
Greetings.
Okay.
Daylight saving times.
Oh, it's only
You missed it by 3/4 of an hour.
Your clock's changed.
Oh, I didn't know that your guys' class.
Yeah, mine does. South Africa doesn't. We run on South Africa time. Right, you didn't miss too much. We're going down a cave.
And somebody gave you... Yeah, you fell down a hole after you horribly failed a climb check. And took maximum fall damage. And then one of your teammates gave you a potion. So you are now at 38 hit. And then we rolled for initiative, and you rolled a 1. Oh, and
good.
you found a vial of blood. Or you took somebody's blood that way. A humanoid creature's blood. Because I'm assuming that's what you would have done if you saw the body. Yes? No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As long as it's within 24 hours.
As long as it's within 24 hours. Okay.
Can you invite me? It won't let me join.
No.
Oh.
Aw.
Where's Dylan? I can't oh, there you are. And for some reason it was like, no. Okay. So, let us get started with
Skeletons.
skeletons. Mighty skeletons, the most agile and quick of thought. What do you order them to do?
They're both gonna take a shot at the ones that the blood-sucking bastard closest to me.
Alright, so I'm assuming it's safe to say this Sturge and this one are going to get attacked by your 2 Skellingtons.
Sure.
Right?
Let me just check what their to hit is. +4.
Alright.
So 21 and 12.
Damn. That is a hit on one and a miss on the other.
Okay, and
Right.
I actually do
Awesome
need to
demo.
remember... Oh, god damn it. Or I can go back a couple of pages because I'm an idiot. I add my proficiency to their damage, I believe.
Isn't it to their hit roll as well?
No, just weapon damage rolls.
Okay. Go for it. Wait, what's your proficiency? +3 now, right? Okay, yeah, that's enough to kill one of them because they don't have much in the way
Oh,
of
okay, I don't
HP.
roll damage then.
So anything you would have rolled would have killed them, so... Okay, so you, like, your skeleton just, like, reaches out and swats one of them down, and I think you purchased them swords and shields? Or what did you buy?
Bows.
Bows. Okay, well, you just claws them with his little creepy skeleton hands. Okay, that is the skeleton's done. Who's next up on the initiative order?
Hans?
Hans! What is Hans going to do?
Hans is going to use. Are there any in? Yeah, I'm gonna toll the dead on the next closest one to me.
Alright. He needs to make what kind of
Wisdom
save?
saving throw.
Oof, I say.
14.
Oof, I say. Oh, oof, I say. 18 minus 117.
Oh,
Pass.
okay, damn.
How much do they take?
None.
None. Oh,
Just a
sweet.
cantrip.
Okay. Alright. Next person up. Or is that...
That's
Hans?
Hans
Or was
done.
Okay, Cole. Your turn.
Alright,
Surrounded by little bastard bad things. What would you like to...
I'm just gonna start swatting them down.
Okay, Cole's just flailing, incoherently screaming.
Get out of my house.
But you're in our
Get out of your
house!
house!
Okay, first attack is a 9 plus... what did I get? 7.
Alright. So how much is that in total?
In total?
16.
16, yes.
Okay, and
Second
the
is
other
a
attack?
14 plus 7, so 21, and the last
Both
one's
connect?
yeah, the
Do you
last
have
one,
three
which is
attacks?
yeah. The third attack is that bonus action.
Oh,
Smack.
shit, yeah, you have that quarterstaff thing going.
Yeah. But that,
Okay.
that misses horribly.
That's the one. Okay, so, for the sake of damage, they only have 2 hit points, so
Oh,
anything
yeah.
you roll is pretty much going to murder them with your strength bonus, so yeah,
Yes.
you dice 2 of them into turkey slurry, just like stab them out of the air before
Yep.
they even get a chance to do much. Shame. Okay, Lauren, your turn.
Silent rolling.
Push to talk, Lauren.
I draw my dagger and swing It's a swing and a miss. It's 9 to hit.
9 to hit. Unfortunately, the little agile bastard just manages to flutter and look condescendingly at you. Eyeing that vein in your throat, it's like, gonna get me some of that. Okay.
Shit.
Right, so next up, we got the Sturgis. Who are seeing that we've got a mighty bugbear that's incredibly dangerous to their... They're
so
going to
full of
swarm you
blood.
under. So full of blood. They're
Yes,
going to
lots of
swarm you.
juice.
Oh no!
And they're going to use their pack tactics and all that good stuff.
Oh
This
no!
little one's going to go after Elf Boy. This one's going to go after... No, actually won't go after Skeletons because Skeletons don't have blood. It's going to go after Hans. And this boy's going to go after Nox. Alright, so I'll do Nox first and then do Hans because it's easier than doing the pack tactic thing. Alright, so Sturgis is going to swing at you, Nox, try and take a nibble out of you. And rolls a natural 1, so he doesn't shoot shit. The next one's going to go after Hans.
Moves out the way.
Natural 20.
My blood!
Very nice.
Oh, no.
My glorious blood! Okay, so, first thing, he's going to do some damage to you, which is 4 piercing damage. So, what's that? 1 plus 3, so just 4 points of piercing damage to you, Hans.
Oof.
And he is now attached to your neck, and he's siphoning the blood from within your veins.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, so it's just going to stay there for now. Every turn, unless you take action to remove this, we need to roll... Oh, no, we don't need to roll. Never mind. You lose 5 hit points.
Oof.
Due to blood loss. Oof, I say. Okay. Then, that's Hans. Nock managed to evade the little bastard. Sturge is going to go for you, Lorne. He's going to try and shank you in the neck. And roll a 2. Fuck that.
Ah!
Okay, so he doesn't hit anything because he's terrible and should feel bad.
My elvish nature and preternatural flexibility save.
I mean, sure. Sturgis are going to use their glorious pack tactics to surround and swarm your coal. Niet. They have advantage on the attacks against you. So, oh, pack tactic, yo.
Yeah, I know.
4. Okay, 4 dices for the first set of attacks. Plus 5 to hit, so it's 20 to hit. 22
Yeah, I mean,
to
that's...
hit. 18 to hit. Is it 18 hit or miss?
Yes.
18 hits, and a 9, and then it's re-roll the 9. I roll the 6. Glorious. Okay, so they miss. Okay, so 3 of the Sturges hit you, Cole, and they're going to deal a furious... what is that? Plus 9. 18 points of damage to you.
Amazing.
And they're all going to attach themselves to you and start draining your blood.
All of them.
All of them.
Even the ones that missed.
No, well, 3 of them hit. It's only
Oh,
one missed.
okay.
So the 3 that hit you are all just going to, like, you know, like, chow down on you. Okay. Nox. You have managed to nimbly avoid the creepy little bastard beast. What would you like to do?
How much health do I have again? So I can write it down?
38 currently.
Okay.
After the healing potion that was administered to you.
And has the 30 minutes passed? Or so do I still have the armor of Agath?
Let's say no, it hasn't passed yet. Let's say it's still up.
Okay. I'm gonna just attack this one with a dagger then. The one
Okay.
that's close to me.
Go for it. You know, I find it hilarious that you're shanking this poor guy with a dagger after he used fucking hellfire to blow windows out with a teammate inside of a building.
Priorities.
Oh, guys, I gotta restrain myself now. Shank.
Well, I'm not gonna Eldritch Blast Hans in the face.
Again.
Okay, make it roll for me. Let's see if you hit. You can see the map, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
It's 9.
Unfortunately, that's a miss, comrade, as the Sturge nimbly avoids your blows. Much like a hummingbee on PCP cocaine. Okay, so that puts us back at the top of the initiative order. Hans, you have skeletons, and you have something attached to your throat?
My skeletons are gonna punch the one that's attached to me.
Alright, they made to attack, but they will be at disadvantage while attacking the little beastie. Or you can have them roll without disadvantage, but then if they miss by attack by 5 or more, they will hit you as well.
I'll do the disadvantage. First skeleton. Wee.
Wee.
12.
Nope.
Second skeleton.
Second skilly.
Even worse.
They're just like ineffectually batting at you because you're yelling at them mentally to get it off you, but you're also yelling at them not to hurt you at the same time. So they're getting these conflicting orders and they don't really know what to do. Very confused skeleton. Okay. That puts us at Hans. You have a little beastie attached to your throat. What would you like to do?
I'll cast Toll the Dead at it. It must make wisdom saving throw. A 14.
Okay. 14, you
Yeah.
say? -1, that's 15.
God
Pass.
damn it. Ah! Ah! My blood!
Okay. Hans, you're going to lose 5 hit points.
Ah!
As you see the creature actually start to discolor and become more red and engorged in the process.
I think you find my blood's not red. Elf blood isn't red, you racist.
What is it? Pale pink?
Sure, I don't know.
Cole, your turn. You're currently have just got like a bunch of proboscis stuck in you, Sippy's throwing you. Like, what would you like to do?
I'd like to get them off, please.
You can attempt to do so, comrade. To attack with disadvantage or no disadvantage, but you might wound yourself.
Can I just set myself on fire to get them off?
Sure. How would you like to go about doing that?
Torch, and then set myself on fire.
Are you doused in
Well,
oil?
no, I
He's
don't have
he's
oil.
covered in flammable fur.
True.
No.
Okay.
Unless you had like an oil flask or something you could just pour out over yourself and then light.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't bring one. Pyromania has failed me.
Your pyromania has failed you. Okay, comrade, what would you like to do?
Yeah, just not disadvantage attacks.
Okay, go for it. Sure, it'll be fine. You're a fairly martial fellow.
Yeah,
nice.
Those
20
both
and a
hit.
26.
Yeah.
Both of them connect, and you slap two sturges like oversized mosquitoes just splattering both your companions near you with just big old rancid bugbear blood splatter as they explode in your direction, Lauren and Hans. Okay, so that's 2 of them down, still 1 attached to you, and
Mhm.
you're going to lose 5 hit points as he attacks towards you. Alright. Lauren, your turn.
How's Hans looking at this point in time, aside from panic?
How is Hans looking at this point? Hans is probably likely injured, if I had to hazard a guess.
So he's looking. He is back to looking semi-transparent.
Well, but Hans always looks semi-transparent.
Well, okay, then. Okay, we kind of need his abilities in one piece. I'm gonna try and attack the thing that's
Sucking on him?
suck.
Suckling on him? Okay, go for
Yeah.
it. Do you want to do with advantage, with disadvantage, or just a regular attack?
Regular attack.
Go for it.
So that is 16.
That's a hit. Alright, so, manage to slam down your dagger into the sturge, suckling on Hans and cut him off at the proboscis, just sending fragrant, elvish peach wine from his veins everywhere.
My blood!
Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all I can do, really, at the moment.
Alright.
Unless I can attack one as a bonus action, maybe?
Unfortunately not. Need a
Well,
feat for that. Sturgis. Who's not attached? The one at there's one more that can attach to Cole and one that can try and attach to Nox. Is the one attached to you, Lauren? I was Jack.
No,
Sorry.
I don't have any attached to me at the moment.
Okay, so he's gonna swing at you. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it hits.
Glorious. Nox. This one's going to attack you. It rolls a 2, so that's a miss. And Cole, last one's going to try and attach to you as well. Rolls a 7, so it's also not going to connect there. Okay, so it's only Lauren that gets a new friend attached to him. You have a new adornment, and you take... Ooh, maximum. 7 points of piercing damage. And you have now got a new friend nestled up against your throat, and you're starting to feel a little bit lightheaded. Okay.
Ow.
So, that puts us at Nox. What would you like to...
Alright. I'm gonna swing my dagger again at it.
Alright. Go. There we go. Now I know exactly who's on who.
15.
15. That is a hit. Rolls. Oh, no, actually, do you have any damage bonuses? Your strength or dex?
Dex plus 3.
Okay, so you'll... Yeah, you just shank him. You cut a bitch. He dies. Just peels open and dies. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna squeeze past over to here.
Okay. Zin? Anything else?
Oh no, that's it.
Alright, so that puts us back at the top of the initiative order again. With Skellingtons. Hans, Skellingtons, what do?
Is there any of them that aren't attached?
Just this one over
They
here.
shoot at it.
Michael.
Actually, no, they run over and smack a bitch.
Okay, both of them try and squeeze past this clusterfuck of traffic that you've got going on
Skeletons,
here.
they're very slim. Both of them miss.
Both of them are very, very anorexic boys. Okay, next up, we got Hans. What do you do, Hans?
I told it. There's the closest one. I told the dead on the one attached to Lauren.
Okay, and he must make his
Yeah,
saving throw,
14.
right? Oh, 8. Okay. And you guys just see the necrotic energy reach out from Hans, and with a dolorous bell sound, just implode the poor creature, splattering Hans with his own bodily fluids. Alright. That is Hans. Anything else Hans would like to do?
Move up into the, if I can. Actually, no. I stay here and keep watch out down this passage.
Alright. Okay, that breaks us down to Cole. What would Cole like to do?
Slap him.
Slap him! Okay, go for it, Cole. You going for disadvantage or normal attacks?
Just normal attacks.
Okay.
So I roll a 3. The one's a 18, and the other
That's a
one's
hit.
hang on, how much is that?
10, isn't it? He said it's plus 7 or plus 8.
Yes, 10.
10. Okay, luckily you don't fail by 5 or more, so you don't slap yourself.
Oh,
But you do manage to stab a bitch. And you manage to poke the one busy sipping your life force off.
Yep.
Okay, it's just the one little sturge remaining. And that brings us to Lauren's turn.
I... That's going to be a waste of a bullet. I throw my dagger at it.
You throw your dagger at it, glorious.
Hey, I can.
Roll to hit. Yeah, I like it. So throw that bish. Oof. Yep. You neatly manage to impale the creature with your dagger, and
With a
the
bit of-
pommel actually goes skittering off the wall, rebounding, leaving the knife quivering inside of dead boy.
There we go.
Leaving you guys standing amidst the broken bodies of the
Pick up my dagger.
orcs, dwarves. I assume you grab your dagger. And that's it.
These corpsicles. Any short swords about?
Let me have a look quickly. Short swords, no. Number of battle axes in evidence on both sides. Both of dwarvish and orcish make.
Can my skeletons use them?
No, they're martial art weapons, I believe.
Okay.
Unless they have martial weapon proficiency.
No. I don't have any proficiencies.
Why didn't you just buy them some short
Because
swords?
I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I didn't know we'd be going in a cave.
I know, right?
dungeons and caves, man.
Who the fuck?
You would
I know.
think you
Who
would
designed
do
this
such a
game?
thing.
Where did this cave come from?
What even?
What even? Let's have a look.
Cool.
So, a skeleton can fight with weapons and wear armor and can load a fire crossbow, trebuchet, blah blah blah. Yeah, it'll have whichever proficiencies it had in real life. So, these are like regular plebs you reanimated, right? So only simple weapons for them.
In that case, I just cast Animate Dead on 2 of the other skeletons with axes.
Wow. Just wow.
4 skeletons!
Why not?
4 skeletons. Which do you want? Do you want dwarf skeletons or do you want orc
Is
skeletons?
there any functional difference?
No, it's just purely from a thematic.
Well, dwarves are short.
Yeah, I'll go for 2 dwarfs then. Because
Then your other skeletons can shoot their bows over that.
brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant tactical genius right there.
I am, in fact, Creed.
Indeed.
Why do you
So-
think I can walk on the wall? I don't even have boots of spider climbing.
Oh shit, son. Okay. You have 4 Skellingtons now. So, gentlemen are still standing in this passageway. It has a number of caverns connected to it.
Yeah, which way do we go, guys?
I do not know, Cobra. There's just so many choices.
Well, everybody, listen out for the elves.
Do we see any like traces of movement about on the ground?
Sure,
like,
make
that might
a
be
survival
the-
check. See if you spoot anything.
Nine.
Nope. You see no such things.
Well, Hey, Lauren, I have an idea. These elves are opportunistic, yes?
Yeah.
Why don't you shout out, pretend to we're all going to sleep. But we're not asleep. Everybody hide down this corridor, and I'll do something here.
We could do something like... We get everybody... Or we'll have to move quickly, though.
So,
Well,
if everyone
but we can do that,
hides
yeah.
down here,
while everybody's moving down there, or just trying to move as quickly and quietly as possible down there, I'll do some kind of... I can maybe do some kind of dramatic performance to make it sound like we're going to bed down here and rest for a short
and
while.
I make my skeletons lie down and cover themselves up with cloaks.
Where, like in the middle
Yes.
here?
Yeah, I'm going to yell out. I'm going to speak out loud. I'm going to perform and persuade and generally bullshit my way around this.
Sure.
I think it's important that we take a short break now to recover our wits and so
Yeah,
on.
I agree. I've lost quite a lot of blood.
Okay, so for your so as a regular human being, you guys often like lie down on the ground and cover yourself with a cloak when you have an hour-long rest or 15-minute long rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. And what are the rest of you guys doing while this is going on?
dude, with a performance roll of 22, we fucking dance around and like.
Oh, you're
do the
very
mambo
convincing.
before we.
Very, very convincing.
I make a very small.
I'm being very theatrical about making sure my teammates are comfortable and so on while I prepare to stand
I
watch.
make a very small fire in the middle.
Okay. And
I'll
Nox,
just
what are
go
you
on
doing?
And hide in the shadow.
Make
I'm
a hide
real,
roll.
Yeah, I'll attempt to hide too.
Where are you gonna hide, Lauren? Nox? And Lauren? Since this is literally just a passageway with no obscuring
Oh, no.
features to
Just,
hide
like,
behind.
around this right here, so that if they come this way, they won't be able to see me when
I'm
they
going
come
down this passageway.
Just go down the passage.
Come on, quick,
Oh,
quickly!
last time I went off. That's why I went
Just
off.
gonna
I
go
got
like
changed
on the
to
roof
back.
somewhere over here. Like
And what
hiding in the
about
shadow.
you, Lauren?
Oh, I'm doing the theatrical performance of making sure my party members are okay and in one piece. So I am in full view and giving every impression of being absolutely busy and having, and as far as anyone else is concerned, I am genuinely looking after my party members.
Okay. Let me see if anybody's actually watching what you guys are doing.
Bullshit roll of epic performance. Tell me they were watching my Oscar-worthy performance.
Please, I need validation.
5 minutes passed. 10 minutes passed. 15 minutes. Uneventfully.
Well, at least we had a short rest. So
20 minutes passed.
They're bound to come down here sometime, sooner or later.
Hans.
keep busying myself and making it look like, I am keeping an eye out while the rest of my party rests.
Alright. Hans.
Hello.
The door behind you unexpectedly
Oh, no.
opens.
Balls.
If only they had scouted just slightly more ahead. And, Nox, you see this. Hans doesn't see this because his back is to the door, glancing down this passageway at the location of your camp. And, Nox, make an initiative roll for me. Let's see who's more surprised, you or the person coming out of this room that's been waiting in ambush for like the last hour. I rolled what is that line on this guy?
Something disgusting.
No. It's high stats. Anything they have high is really stealthy. Initiative is plus what? 21. Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay. You see the door unexpectedly open behind you. Hans, you're like you were so intent on this tableau of your skeletons, like micromanaging them, like the skeleton number 3, that's not Gregory. Turn around and look like you're tussling in your sleep. Like other skeleton, pretend there's a rock under you. Like you're making a really lively performance, whoever might be watching said campsite.
Selling that shit.
However, Nox, you see the hooded form of an elf open the door behind Hans, and with a startled oath, yank a knife from her sheath and immediately plunge it towards his unprotected back before you can even get a shout off. The words on your lips, not even managing to leave them, before you take 25 points of piercing
I'm
damage
unconscious.
to the back from the sneak attack. And now it is Nox's turn. Nox, you
I
are not
collapse in a heap.
surprised.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you just see the wizard collapse. A huge wound torn into his back.
I'm gonna call out to my boys so they know that this guy's here
All right.
and that Hans is down. And then I'm gonna cast 2 Eldritch Blasts into him.
Okay. 2 Eldritch Blast to the face. Make your attack roll for me, please.
$27 and 27.
That is definitely a hit. And both of them. That is a lot to hit. Okay. That's some good rolls. What is your damage and what are you doing?
I'm shooting him with both Eldritch Blasts and pushing him back 20 feet.
Okay. What's the combined damage total on that little guy?
21.
21 points of damage. God damn, you guys do a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, this elf is propelled off of her feet. And those of you at your little makeshift camp that you've created there to try and deceive them, just hear two enormous concussive cracking booms, and the corridor suddenly lit up as hellfire just goes boiling out from the hiding place where Nox is sitting directly toward Hans. And for a moment you think that you've been betrayed, and you see Hans's form, Laloran, actually crumple on the ground, a stain spreading across his shoulders, as you hear a high-pitched scream as somebody is flung into the interior of the room opposite Nox. I would like you all to roll initiative. Nox, what was your total initiative you rolled?
10.
10. Okay, so you're going to be around the middle somewhere, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Perfectly middle.
Oof, nice.
What
I
did you
am
roll?
a 21.
21. Jesus Christ, boy,
I
calm
got 8,
down.
so I'm gonna go down
No.
here. So my skeletons aren't gonna do
Okay.
anything because I'm not there to tell them to do anything.
Come on.
So they're just gonna,
They're just having
yeah,
a
they
nice
just
nap.
nap. They just seesaw movement and blend in with the bodies.
That's it. Alright. What about Laloran?
17 total.
Okay, so you'll be up here. And quickly grab Elffish. And Elffish rolled really high as well, so she's going to be up here with Cole. Cole, what's your dex bonus?
Dex bonus +2.
+4 for her. Okay, so she goes first. Okay,
Well,
100%.
I'd like to move too, real quick.
No. That was your
No?
that was your action for the round. That was a surprise round. You only get one reaction
Oh,
there.
okay. I didn't know it was a
Yeah, it's a surprise round. Because you both kind of like saw each other at the same time.
I thought it was gonna be like
Okay.
that.
Elfbish is going to. Damn it! Stop typing things. Thing. Elfbish just actually got fucking wrecked by that hit because elves are not known for their robust physique. What is she going to do? It's only one way out. Fuck it. You see her drop the dagger, pull out her longbow off her back, quickly notch a spread of 2 arrows between her fingers, and fire both of them at you, Nox. Trying to pin you to the door behind you, the wooden door. So it's 2 pinning shots. You need to make a dexterity saving throw with me, please. Actually, whoa, sorry, I did it the wrong way around. I need to roll to hit first. Sorry about that. What's their attack roll? Attack roll is +7. 11 to hit for the first one, and 20 to hit for the second one.
First one misses, second one hits.
Alright, and since this isn't a sneak attack, it's be a regular d8 damage for the longbow. Nothing too crazy. 2 + 4. You take 6 points of damage, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. Or, yeah, saving throw. DC 13.
18.
18, okay. You manage to actually, like, dodge aside from the first shot, and the second one, as you lift your arm, just manages to punt through your sleeve, but doesn't actually pin you. You manage to tear free from what she was trying to do to you. Alright, so you just take a shallow cut from that. That is going to be her turn. She's already the maximum distance away from the door. Right, that puts us at Cole. Cole, you just heard a massive fucking blast, followed by some twanging arrows and curses coming from the room beyond. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna go take a look. Still be on the roof, like stomp from on the. I assume
10
it goes
feet
down
back.
a little bit narrower here.
You can go this far unless you want to dash.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot that they're
10
Jesus.
feet each. Actually, yeah.
Fuck. The plan's completely ruined because I forgot about that.
Oh dear. Oh door.
Oh shit.
Sprint? Dash?
No, it's
Run.
just like I can't use the thing I was gonna do because of.
Okay.
I have to replan because
Alright. We get back to you.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. We leave Cole for the time being and move on to the Skellingtons that are having a nap. Laloran, your turn. You see the crumpled form of Hans, the 2 arrows thunking towards Nox, and You can run down here, unless you want to go at a dead sprint. You can get even further if you want to do that. Otherwise, yeah, you can go 30 feet. We were over here, right? Where did you start? Push to talk?
I was 1 square to the left there.
Over here. Okay, excellent. So 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, so that's 30 feet. And then I cannot, from where I am, can I see into the chamber, or is it still...
You can see into the chamber, but unfortunately, at the angle at which you're standing, you can't actually see the lady.
Okay, no, that's fine. I am going to... Hans is lying there. Balls, I hate having to do this. But we need his skeletons. I'm going to cast...
We need his skeletons.
Yeah, we need the meat shields. I am going to cast Cure Wounds as a 2nd level spell, so that's 2d8 plus 4 on...
Cure Wounds is touch spell, though, eh?
Yeah, touch.
You're not going to be in... Remember,
you're
it's
10
10-foot
feet.
squares.
Okay,
Remember, it's 10-foot squares, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless you've got 35-foot movement speed.
Yeah, I've only got 30-foot movement speed. Okay,
Right.
well...
So just short of
all-
Hans.
yeah. All I can do is move there, and I have my pepper box out ready, because if this bitch comes near this door, she's going to get a face full of lead.
Okay, sounds good to me.
She can't see me from where she is, can she?
She can't see you from where you are, no.
Okay, awesome.
You don't have line of sight to each other currently.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
That means
Nox.
that when she comes through, she's going to get a face full of lead.
If she moves forward, yeah, she's gonna get shot in the face. Nox, your turn.
Can I move up to here and use this as like half cover, some kind of cover while I could still shoot
Yep.
at her?
Yeah, you can use that as half cover.
I'm gonna do-
Alright, so you step over there.
Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
Finger gun, alrighty. Roll your 2 20s for me, see if we can get some connects there. Nice.
Missing a hit.
Missing a hit, alrighty. So it's a d10 plus charisma modifier, eh?
Mm-hmm. 7.
7 points of damage, and I assume you just slam her back against the wall just as a fuck you to her anyway.
Keep slamming her against the wall.
Okay. Right, anything else you'd like to do?
Wouldn't she take like concussive damage from all that hitting the wall? Hint.
I wish.
Damn it.
I wish, because that warlock perk's really good.
That's it for me.
That's here. Okay. Next is going to be Hans. Hans needs to make a death saving throw.
Yay!
Can you inspire somebody that's like dead to make a
No.
death saving throw better?
No.
Oh.
Do it.
That's 1 pass.
1 pass for Hans. Excellent. Okay, so Hans makes his save. Elfbish is looking around desperately to try and see if there's any way to get the hell out of here now. Because this is not her preferred way of doing business. Okay. She's going to put away the bow, draw both her short swords from her boots, and then she's going to 10, 20, 30 feet. Okay, so now, Lauren... Okay, you can't see her just yet. As soon as she comes a little bit closer. Okay,
Yeah.
she's going to start running. Actually, she's going to use her dash action, so she's going to... 20, 30 over here. Okay, so now she enters your line of sight, Lauren, so you get to make your attack of opportunity. With your gun, or your held attack with your gun, I should say. Damn it, token, go in the middle.
That's a mess.
Oh, that bad.
I rolled
That
a
bad,
2.
huh? Ah, yes, that is rather bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody? Okay, she's going to dash in here, entering your threatened space, but she's not leaving it yet, so it's her. Okay, done. So next up, we got Cole.
Alright,
What's Cole going to do?
let's move up here.
All right. Cole runs over there, and then what does Cole do?
Actually, no, I'm the roof, so I can basically go on top of Lauren. And I'm just gonna smack twice.
You're a little bit too short arm for that, mate.
What do you
30-foot
mean?
ceiling, remember?
Was it 30 foot?
Yep.
I thought it was just this cavern. I thought this didn't. Doesn't this go any lower?
No, the walls aren't carved, but the cavern is high.
Oh, okay.
The ceiling is about 30 foot from there. From the floor, if you want to call it
fuck it.
that.
I'll just land on her. Body slam.
Nice.
Why not?
Why not? That seems like a pretty good time to me. Fuck it. So that's a grapple attack, if I remembered correctly.
Alright.
So, fuck. I can never remember the grapple rules. Jesus, I'm such a potato. Give me 2 seconds. I have them bookmarked for this very reason.
Grapple.
I'm bad at grapple rules. I don't know why. Like, regardless of which edition it is or what game it is, I can never remember the grapple rules.
Because they keep changing them.
I guess so. Being prone, handling objects, flying movement. Grapple. Here we go, grappling. Use an attack action to make a special melee attack. Right, so you can attack twice if you want to try and grapple her.
Alright.
So let's see if you hit with the first one.
Yeah, that's a plus 17, so a total... Not plus 70, plus 7.
Okay.
13, so that's a...
20 to
That's a
hit.
20,
That's
yeah,
a hit.
20.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're basically like fucking the people's elbow her ass from the roof, basically.
Yeah. It's just
All
like,
right.
pin her.
Okay, so they're not allowed to be one size larger than you. You have to use at least one free hand to try to seize the target. And,
Also I have large build, which I think means she can't at all leave.
one size larger than you.
Powerful build. Count as one size larger when determining your... Oh, just carrying capacities, never mind.
Okay, so now.
Yeah, that would be up to you. It just says carrying capacity.
Okay, that's fine. You need to make a athletics check for me.
Okay.
She's going to make a contested check against you. See whether or not you can actually. Oh, never mind. Don't worry. She rolled a 3, so unless you roll worse than that.
No, I rolled a 4.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. So you just like you drop on the bitch, and you like basically land on top of her ass, and basically drive her down to the ground to try and put her in place. You've got 1 attack remaining. What would you like to try and?
Let's see. Let's see what fun stuff I still have in my inventory.
You can
What
shove-
kind of what type is the floor? Is this pure stone or is it like gravelly?
It's stone, dust, and in places there's a little bit of gravel that's been shaken loose from the ceiling over the years. But for the
Okay,
most
so
part, it's just
basically, if you try to pin something down, it would be stone.
yeah, it's gonna be stone.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm quickly gonna check something. Manacles. What are they? Are they in action?
Manacles.
Yeah, because I got manacles.
Oh, look at you actually using things.
Let me just try and find the manacles. What are they?
Manacles, here we go. Metal restraints. Requires successful DC 20 strength check. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, it doesn't say how you put them on. Can I put them on if I'm just grappling them?
I'd say as part of your next attack action, sure, because you have 2 attacks. You fucking elbow her to the ground and manacle one of the arms.
Okay, okay, so I have one of the arms manacled, and then next turn I can try and manacle both her arms together, like
That's it.
behind her. Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep the pin. I'll keep that,
Okay.
and then next turn I'm gonna
So-
try and like just fucking. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manacle her to me.
Okay, well, next turn we can
Club.
definitely do that.
I'm gonna try to do that, so she can't try and run away from me.
Okay, so she's currently prone with a large bugbear straddling her. She is going to provide disadvantage on ranged attacks against her, advantage on melee attacks. So, that leaves us with who next after Call? That brings us to the Skellingtons, who are having a nice little nap, and then Leloran. You...
I'm going to move up and cast the 2nd level healing on Hans.
on Hansicles. Okay, how much
Yeah.
healings does Hansicles get?
The Hansicle will get 2d8 plus 4.
Okay, roll your 2d8s.
There's 2, so that's 9 plus
13.
4 is 13.
Alright, Hans, you feel life flow into you! You feel much better, my friend! As you regain 13 hit points and see the half-elven form of Leloran over you, his hand still trailing a little bit of ethereal energy from healing magic.
Rise, brother, and Hans is also bardically inspired.
Okay, and you inspire him. Okay, which brings us to Nox's turn. Nox, what would you like to do?
I'll help restrain her other arm that's not attached to the manacle.
Okay. Do you want to cuff her to the bugbear like you wanted to, or are you just gonna cuff her arms together?
Oh, I don't think I have any manacles. I meant just like hold her so she can't use
one
her
arm is already manacled.
Yeah, no,
the
I'm
other
just
one
gonna
is in
stop her
close.
from moving with the other one. Just restraining
Okay.
her, pretty much.
Okay, you're basically just gonna assist in the restraining her. Okay, makes her check much harder. Hans, it's your turn.
How healthy is the elf looking?
She's looking scuffed and beaten, but otherwise very robust. Took a hell of a blast though, like the front of her armor and clothing is literally just a slag in places, like where the buckles and things are actually melted when Nox hit her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up. I can't believe you've done this, and just like gently touch her and cast vampiric touch.
Okay.
Gently touch her.
Gently touch her. Alright, I'm going to say that you have advantage on the attack because she's
okay.
restrained. Because it's a melee spell attack. That's a hit.
That does appear to be a hit.
Alrighty. How many dice of health that the Hans gets back?
Only get back half.
Many lots.
13
That's pretty good though.
13 points of damage.
Okay, so you deal 13 points of damage to her. You regain 7.
Nom, 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 nom.
Let's round up. Okay. Good stuff. Is she going to carry on struggling? That's the question. Elfish, elfish, elfish. She's gonna try one more time because they're very stubborn. Very arrogant people. She's gonna try and break the grapple.
Alright.
So, that's contested against Jor with her acrobatics check. Roll your check, lady. I'll call you Ein, sorry.
Oh no! As a natural 16 plus what?
Okay, yeah, you pass easily.
If it's athletics, it's a +6. So
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, you pretty much just dead weight on top of her. Again, elves, very scrawny and lithe and fast and subtle, but not really known for their brawn or density of body mass. You easily wear her down. All right, and with that, she goes limp and stops moving. So, combat has ended. You're currently sitting on top of an elf that you have manacled to your arm, I take it.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna manacle her like herself, just like to
Okay.
her other arm, so I don't have to drag this elf around everywhere. I'm just
Right.
gonna
I'll search her for any weapons and take them away.
Oh yeah, and then I'm also gonna take some rope and like tie her legs together as well. Like pretty much bind her as much as I can.
Sure, make an investigation check for me, Nox. That'll be opposed to her hidden goodies. Okay, so Liddy, you tie her up with the rope.
Yep.
Nox, you find a pair of daggers, and you divest her of her 2 short swords, and you take her longbow, and you seem to have found all the weapons that she's got with her.
That seems to be everything with my check.
Cheers.
Right, you guys have one prisoner tied up, grim-faced, mouth set in a line, keeping her mouth completely closed, not saying anything. Sitting on the ground, manacled.
What is your friend, human fucker? No reaction, I assume?
Oh, there's no reaction. She glares at you but doesn't say anything.
I just kind of glare back and see if anybody else has anything they want to do.
I'm gonna whisper to Hans. Should I cast friends on her?
Sure, may as well.
Alright, I'm gonna cast
Like-
friends on
Sure. What's the save on that? Is it willpower or charisma? What is it?
1 second. It doesn't say.
Not that it matters because I rolled a 1, so whatever save it is doesn't matter. So never mind then. All right, you have cast Friends, which, if I'm not mistaken, makes your disposition towards you well disposed.
Well, friends, honey, can you tell us about this place a little bit?
She looks at you oddly. It looks like she doesn't understand what you're saying.
I repeat his question, but in Elvish for.
She spits in your face, like hawks up a big old blob of phlegm and just spits in your face.
Obviously,
He's
she
gonna-
doesn't want to talk to us.
He's gonna be my translator. I can't speak your language. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work.
I tell her that he has asked me to translate for.
She spits in your face, and in Elvish she mutters, "Filthy mongrel, filth."
Hold on, let me try. I'll be translating today as a fellow elf. Hello.
She spits in your face as well. Race traitor.
Wow, no, hardly.
That's no.
I whisper down.
Um,
Only with them for the payday.
You see her actually try lunge upwards and try and bite you in the
Ooh,
face.
feisty!
Can I cast comprehend languages on Nox?
I don't know. Can you?
It's a range is according to the description, range is self, but it's out of combat is in a way to cast it
Fortunately
as like
not.
a touch spell.
There's a higher level version of that spell called, I think, Tongues, that you can cast on other people. But unfortunately, that one's only for yourself.
I can cast it, but I need to do it as a ritual, and that's 10 minutes. And we only have a minute before this friends wears off. So that's not good.
What's your...
You don't have to cast it as a ritual, right? You can just cast it using a spell slot.
Yeah, but like I have 1 spell slot left, so.
Oh no!
Cast it, and then we can take a break in here.
Alright.
We can set up guard at the
I'm
entrance.
gonna cast comprehend languages on myself.
Dylan, seriously, dude. You're a warlock. Get used to using your spell slots. They come back in a
but
short
we
rest.
never take short rests is the problem.
Then
So I
talk to your
never get a-
party about it. It's not my fault.
I know, I
Be
tried.
persuasive.
No one wanted to take a short rest, so I'm like, alright.
Use that 20 charisma, boy. Be persuasive. Okay. So, you cast comprehend languages on yourself. Now, the fun thing about comprehend languages is that you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language. So, little nuances, things like metaphors and simile passed you by completely. So, you now, for the next hour, understand Elvish. Well, all languages, I guess. The very literal meaning of the languages. What would you like to?
I'm gonna ask her, who are you people? I mean, I know you because we're friends, but who is your faction that you work with?
You're still speaking in common, unfortunately, because comprehend languages only allows you to understand languages, not speak.
I'm gonna write. Can I write it down in Elvish?
No, it doesn't teach you how to how to speak the language. Just
I
understand
write it down for him. And then he can hold it up.
What do you write, Hippo?
Whatever Dylan tells me
So
to.
use the text chat at the bottom. Type out what you want him to.
Yeah, he'll write it down and I'll hold it up to her.
She's not stupid. She can read Elvish.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
but
can't.
it's
He
just
can't
really
write
weird from
Elvish.
him.
Yeah, I'm keen. You guys can write down what you want to show her.
I'm just writing things down and handing it to Nox to hold up.
And then I'm holding it up.
So what is the first sentence that you show her? See, this is the fun. It's like charades with the spell. I love it. It's great. What's the first note say, Hippo?
Who are you working for?
Spits at you.
No, I'm holding the note up. He
She
wrote
spits
it
at
down
you.
and handed it to. Oh. Mm.
You're in the presence of filthy mongrels and race traitors. You think she's really going to think that you're much better?
Well, we are friends.
Has she got any? Has she got any metal armor or anything that she's
Some belt
wearing?
buckles and things on her armor, but nothing. She's
So
not wearing
the
like
armor's
chain
not
or
like
splint mail or
chain-
anything.
That's
It's
not like a chain
leather.
shirt.
It's leather. It's made to move around in quietly, oiled up, slick, darkened,
Okay.
but not a lot of metal. Just a couple of buckles and such pouch pins like that.
A stupid question. Is she the manacles obviously metal?
Yeah.
Is she wearing gloves or anything?
She was until somebody hit her with a giant fucking beam of hellfire.
Okay, no, that's cool. The reason I'm asking is I cast heat metal on the manacles, and I look at it and I say talk.
Wow. How much damage does heat metal do?
2d8 fire damage.
Oh,
Oof.
jeez.
I say, oof, that's some good damage right there. Okay, I need you to make a intimidation check. Try and get her to
Okay.
say something. What's it? And also to roll your fire damage. Sorry.
Yeah, well, the intimidation is
Let's say with advantage, since you just set them on fire. Set her medical on fire. Wow, cold-blooded torture, guys. Didn't expect that from you.
yeah. Okay. Second one.
Oh,
Second
he
one's
just-
worse. That's
He
8.
just got to do it before I could do it. I was just thinking how to do it.
Nice.
Ooh, that's going to suck for her. That's 8 points of damage. 5.
A piercing scream echoes down the passages, torn from her throat unwillingly as the manacles suddenly go white hot around her wrist.
I look at her again and I say talk.
How much do you roll for your intimidation in total?
Rolled 13 for intimidation.
13. Okay. Let's see
Meanwhile, while
how-
he's doing that, I'd start taking out knife. Take her. We'll also take what weapon she had. Who had what, short swords? Did
two
she
short
have-
swords, a couple of daggers, and a longbow.
I take her sword or her daggers. I take my own knife, and I can take out some javelins. Start neatly putting them on not a blanket, but a piece of cloth. Start lining them up. Start preparing to
She
do
screams
some fun
again,
stuff.
but her will rolled pretty well this round. Manages to resist the temptation to scream out. Anybody
Try
else
again.
want to do something? Hans, Nox, Cole? We'll go around in turns unless anybody has something they want to do in particular. Just everybody gets a chance to try something.
Oh, I'm just slowly prepping because this is
We'll
part
just
of
say
the
you're
cycle of-
aiding. You're aiding. What you call it, Lauren at the moment.
Oh yeah. I'm basically it's just psychological warfare. I'm rather than immediately going to torture, I'm just the threat of it. Just
Okay.
this guy's already doing it, but I'm also gonna start doing it soon.
Nox, anything you would like to try?
Can I get Hans to write down for me? Hans, can you write down for me? You should talk so that they won't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, I write this.
And
I write
I
this
thought-
down and hand it to him.
I'm gonna hold it up. And can I attempt to help intimidate her?
Well, we've already got somebody helping. Can't get double advantage, unfortunately.
Well, can I try
But,
to persuade her then?
Sure, with disadvantage, you can definitely try and use your
Okay.
flashcards very persuasively.
And friends gives me advantage, so just a normal roll.
He starts drawing like a person getting stabbed.
What do you say to her?
You should talk so that they don't hurt you anymore, honey.
Okay, that 5 is not looking terribly impressive on your end.
No, 12.
17 on her end. Okay. No luck so far there, unfortunately. Which brings us back around to Lauren.
Okay, so just very quickly, does she look like she could take much more punishment? Not so much.
Her back is currently arced in a bow of pain. Her wrists
Okay.
are searing and throwing up the smell of pork. Her front is scorched from whatever
Okay.
Docs did to her, but she still seems alive. She's not going to spontaneously combust, put it that way.
No,
Yet.
it's fine. So I look at her. I look at her and say, "Let's try this again." Talk.
Okay. Roll your damage for the manacles.
I want to do intimidation again as well. Ooh, much better. That's
How much was that in total?
how does she respond to that?
Well, first give me your damage total.
No. I haven't chosen whether or not I do this because it says here I can use it as a bonus action to cause this damage again. It doesn't have to happen every round. It's at my discretion. So before
Okay.
I let her feel it again, it's like, is she feeling somewhat scared and
She's
intimidated here?
feeling very intimidated at the moment because I rolled fucking terribly. You see her suddenly slump as much as she can while taking care to try and keep the manacles back from her back as much as she can. And then in Elvish, she says, Fine. Stop the pain and I'll tell you what you want to know.
I'm keeping the spell active for now because I don't believe her, but she doesn't need to know that. But the pain will have stopped. So I'm like, right, who are you? Who do you work for? And why did you attempt to kill us? In Elvish, obviously, and Hans
How
can
much would she be willing to
translate
tell
as
you?
I'm asking.
We're from the Eldre Velathura. I don't know why, it's just a job.
Sorry, where are they from again? What's that place's name?
You said they're Eldrith Velathura.
Okay, Eldith Villith.
I'm probably mangling the pronunciation. There you go.
That's fine.
Under the tabletop games text chat.
Ask her what her objective is, honey.
Why are you here?
To kill mistakes like you, and she spits at you again.
Okay. She gets another jolt of fire.
Okay, that's 2d8 plus 4, right?
Straight 2D.
Straight 2d8. Alright, roll your dice. Roll your damages.
Oof.
Yeah, be careful not to, kill her.
Ooh.
Hans could probably just suck her dry as well. 15 points of damage. My goodness.
15, yeah. That hurt her a lot.
Yeah, you guys actually see muscle start burning under the fire, and
Yeah.
her arms start
Let's-
smoking, fat sizzling.
Let's try that again. Why are you here, and why did you try to kill us?
Tears are starting to run down the corners of her eyes, almost unwillingly. She glares up at you. To kill mongrels like you! She tries to spit, but she's in too much pain to actually get anything out this time.
I call out to Hans in common. I say, all right, I don't think she's gonna give me much more. See if you can get anything else out of her.
Okay, I bring my skeletons over.
Spooky, scary skeletons, yeah. Where are you parking your skellies?
Just all around.
Okay.
You should really talk because otherwise you'll end up like these fellas. And that wouldn't be too great for you,
Make an intimidation check. Also, I love how nobody's used sense motive at once this entire time.
11.
I don't have sense mode.
What is
Do I?
this? Sense motive?
Sense motive?
That's 3rd edition, isn't it?
Insight. Oh, insight. Is the equivalent
Ah.
these days.
Thank you, DM, for the hint. You attempt to.
No,
use
no.
my-
I'm just saying. It's like everybody's just torturing her. Like, is she telling the truth? Ah, fuck it. Just keep torturing her.
Oh, to be fair, she hasn't told us anything useful.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, while Hans is talking to her, I'm pondering on the legitimacy of what she.
Alright, so Hans, what did you roll for your
11.
intimidation check? Was that with advantage?
Do I have advantage?
Yes, because you guys have got her on fire and a bunch of weapons laid out and not
An 11.
magicked her. Again with the 11s. She looks at you and says, "To kill race traitors like you."
Okay, but what about the rat men?
What about them?
Any reason for them?
Means to an end.
I'm using my insight. Do I think she's telling the truth?
How much did you roll?
I rolled a.
Because it's a contested
14 plus
check.
4. It's 18.
18. Yeah, she appears to be telling the truth, from what you can tell.
Hmm.
So you were killing the rat men to get at people like me.
She doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Ask her how she hopes to accomplish her objective
Well,
of killing Mongols.
by
like you.
stabbing them, I imagine. You know, probably like that dwarf
Yeah,
we
but
found.
like, what's their plan? You know, maybe they've set in something up.
I don't think she's gonna. Like, for all I know, she can speak common.
Oh,
She
you
probably
try.
understands you, but you know, she probably isn't going to tell us.
No, she speak calm. She would have talked
Well,
to
no,
them.
because she hates you.
No, we're friends.
Oh. Okay. Well, I've given I've given my all in the interrogation. I'm gonna go sit over here and rest.
Based on what Hans has said, it doesn't make she's even though she's talking about killing race traders and stuff, it doesn't make sense why they would have gone through all that effort just to kill us. They wouldn't have even known whether or not elves or half elves would have come down here, would they? What do you guys think?
Well, you know, these
Where we-
tunnels, they get all kinds of visitors, traders working.
Well, first, maybe we should ask her where her friends are.
I imagine they're probably like
That's
around
a
the corner
very
waiting
good-
to jump at us, you know? They're probably fairly close. And I'm amazed that they're holding
yeah,
back
I-
long
I-
enough hearing their friend in pain.
I quietly whisper to Hans, if possible, give her a potion, and we're going to start this again.
No, I'm not wasting a potion.
I'd
Hellbait,
like
if she
to
would?
not.
Look, if you guys are gonna torture her, she's probably going to go unconscious. She's not going to instantly die.
Okay.
So when she goes limp, then you can magic
Okay.
her back up thing again.
Right, well, let's try this again. So I still have my heat net.
Unless you cut her
active.
throat or something.
Yeah. No, we're not going to do that.
Yes, as long as
So
you don't do anything vital, I find that they are very much, they could be brought back.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
let's try this again. I'm going to. I look at her and it's like, your story's kind of. There's a bit of a hole in your story there. Shall we try this again?
Wait. What do you want to know?
Again. Who sent you? Why are you here? Why did you attack us? And why did you attack the rat? And where are your friends? While
I
we're
don't
on the
know.
subject.
I told you.
need to.
We're
you
here
need
to
to tell
kill
me-
humans. Race traitors. Filth like you.
Can I
Mm,
search through my elfish mind to think up one of the any of the numerous elf supremacy groups? Of one in particular that operates in this region historically.
Sure. Sure.
Because
Make a history check for me. Actually, it's elven history, so with advantage.
There's a lot of those groups
It's
about.
Racial. There is a lot of elven supremacy groups. The funny one is this is actually official one for the
19.
lore. 19. Racking your brain, how much would a 19 give you? The Eldrith Veluthra are a... It's Elvish, obviously, for Victorious Blade of the Deep. What it translates as.
Victorious Blades of the what? You cut off there.
Victorious Blade of the People.
Oh. Very, supremacy
Pompous.
group name.
You mean like elves?
Yeah.
They are a group of elves. I'm gonna go broad strokes here because you're not gonna know the details. They're, broadly speaking, from what you've heard, a group of elves dedicated to the removal of all humans on Faerun. In particular, they hate half-breeds, elves who work with humans, and of course, humans themselves. That's what you know.
Yeah, she's just part of some 2-bit elf supremacy group.
But why is a human-hating supremacist group killing off redmen?
Because they're not elves.
Considered half human.
Well,
Well, you said that they were specifically human.
well, remember that these were-rats, they can turn into people and stuff like they was before they became the rat men.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
see.
they
But
were-
what that does not explain the dwarf.
Also not an elf.
I suppose. So let's get some useful intelligence out of her. Where is her friends? Where is the nearest base? Where is she supposed to go? Where is she, where was she? Questions like that. I mean, I cannot speak to her because she's elf and I don't speak elf.
I relay Cole's questions to her, sort of at the same time I politely point out to her that it's better to answer now before my large friend decides to practice his medicals.
I don't know where my companions are. We split up to ambush you.
So,
Don't know
Where
where
are you
the others
supposed-
are.
Well, could you call them?
where are you supposed to run, David? Surely you would have had some kind of basic plan on where to meet each other after having ambushed.
Can track each other. We don't go blundering about blindly in the world like you filth.
Well, again, I'm feeling kind of discriminated against. I'm also an elf. You know, I eat the lesser races.
She looks at you and it's just like her eyes are just flat with hatred.
Not sure she dislikes you more than me.
I haven't been looked at like that in years. So refreshing.
I know. Makes you feel special, doesn't it?
Well,
Kill
Has she
me or
shown
let
any
me
kind
go.
of special hatred towards me?
Not more so than you're used to getting from
I think
people.
she probably,
More of a
okay.
general
I think she
dislike.
probably hates the half elf most.
More than likely.
It's a safe
So-
assumption.
Where is your base of operation?
I don't know.
That's a lie. I
That's
don't.
a
I
straight up
don't.
lie.
I
Where
don't
were
need
you
to roll
camp?
insight to know that's a lie.
I don't.
Is she
No.
lying? I do
Where
need to
is
roll
your
insight.
encampment?
You guys, are of course, welcome to roll insight.
Six.
Appears to be telling the truth.
Oof. 12.
Sounds like she's telling the truth.
I don't know. Cole, I think that doesn't look like she's gonna be able to touch.
Well, just give me the word when we're done. I have something planned.
Well, we could either just, yes, give her for hands for nutrition, or we could use her as bait. You know, cut her, what is it? Achilles tendon? Make sure she cannot run, fuck up her, just destroy her wrists so she cannot use anything. and cut out her tongue so she cannot talk, and we leave her as bait.
Jesus Christ, Hannibal.
It's slightly overkill, but
I do not like strings. What was that? What was that? Metaphor I forget.
Loose
That's
ends?
something. Loose ends, yes. Thank you, Mr. Voice from the.
Thank you, deep buried
In my
memory.
just you. The big metal hand in the sky.
Not like loose end. I like to make sure that everything is just where it is supposed to be.
She's glancing like backwards and forwards, trying to like follow this conversation.
Well, how many of your friends were down here?
We were a cell of 3.
3. Okay, so we didn't kill any before, did we?
No, I just haven't. Oh, ask your where is the one
How's your
that
friend's
I damaged?
Oh yeah,
The one that
one
got
was very
wounded?
grievously wounded. How's he doing?
How's your friend's stomach?
I'm sure you'll meet him in the fullness of time.
Well, maybe. I think we're done here. Yeah.
Alright, so what are we
Yeah.
gonna do? Is he bait or do you?
No,
just
I'd say
want
we
to-
just get rid of her. We chuck her in rooms and skeletons in. Shut the door.
I'm not a fan of loose ends either, but using her as bait could potentially draw the others out if they're a small group.
Yeah, I mean they are ambusher. Maybe one of their own wounded would bring them out.
Could be.
I don't know. That would require compassion. We else are kind of lacking in that.
Well, if you're so sure, then offer for heads goals, or you
We'll take a
away
vote.
thoughts.
We'll take a vote. Who votes bait? Who votes removal?
Removal.
Bait.
Knox?
Removal.
Removal it is then.
All right. So how do we remove her? Do you want
Call-
to, Hans? Do you want to?
Yeah, call this chucker in this room.
All right.
Did you still have your thingy running, Hippo?
Thingy running?
Vampire
you're-
touch?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just fucking do that. How many hits can I get
Yeah,
in?
that's what I was thinking.
Well, since she's prone on the ground, 4?
Alright, I'll sippy cup.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for the purposes of this, you deal like 40 damage to her, because that's enough to fucking
Yeah,
wreck
I
her
get 20
shit.
health back. Plus I
Okay,
get
you guys see Hans
Oh, plus I
gently
get some
lay
health
his
back
hand
from
down
from
killing
killing.
her. 3 times as much as the spell level, I believe. Yeah, you guys see Hans gently lay his hand down on her forehead, palm down. She's still glaring up at him. She's like, "I'm not going to beg."
It's
Hans
it's
is
so
like-
long since I had some pure soul.
Yes, lady.
Oh no, nothing. I was just thinking like going like behind her and making sure she can't move.
Sure. Hans drains her body of all life. Her skin turning black, veins protruding. She looks almost like a frostbite victim that's been unearthed from a glacier. And she just kills over to the side and stops struggling. Dead.
Let me get a vial of that blood.
What? There isn't any of that left.
Okay, you get a vial of some of the turgid blood from her veins. Hans gets his hit
Holy
points.
shit, that's like 9 HP I get back. I don't need that much.
Okay, how morbid can I be?
How what?
How morbid does this party?
As
allow
morbid
me to
as you
be?
want. We're evil.
Okay.
Criminals.
Sure. Then I
Tell you what
fucking,
we do.
I
gonna-
what was it? I will impaler her with
Not
one
yet,
of my
not
javelins
yet.
and just carry her around like a banner.
Before Cole turns her into a elvish shish kebab. Here's an idea. We don't know where her friends are, so we can assume that at some point they may come and look for her. Now, given that they obviously hate you, Hans, and me, probably quite more than anything, why not leave them a message? I mean, obviously they will have been fed stories that we are some kind of horrible, evil, child molesting
Oh,
monsters
what?
or something.
We come in peace next to that disemboweled friend.
Well, she's
Pretty
not
much.
disemboweled
I was
yet.
going to
I'm
go
very
with
sorry.
arranging her body amongst those corpses rather artfully and leaving some insightful messages. And moving on.
We take the corpse back to the boss and get some higher power magic man to do some divination stuff. Get some memories or some shit.
Even better. Let's do that.
Holy shit! I didn't.
Oh no! Okay, let's
They can do that.
Definitely
let's do it a bit slower. Let's everyone just casually
I'll just
walk.
wing it. That's cool. Okay, this is now completely different from what I actually planned, so this is fine. I was going to end soon anyway. For the purposes of expediency, I'm going to make a couple of rolls to see whether or not they encountered you guys, because you actually didn't penetrate very deeply into this area at all.
Nah. No.
So I'm going to see, for the purposes of that, if any of them come investigate or run across you while you guys
You said she
extricate
had two
yourself.
short swords, yeah? I
Yes,
give one
that's
each
correct.
to.
Well, now that she's dead, I thoroughly
I
searched
give one each to
for any
my bow skeletons, because they can use those.
You thoroughly search her, and besides the fact that her armor is pretty much ruined, her weapons are good quality, but not magical in any fashion. You do find 3 vials of drow poison. And the most interesting find is her
Yeah.
pair of extremely fine boots of elvish make,
Ooh, I like those.
which you will have to either cast Identify on or take a short rest to meditate on to find out what they are.
Well, I'm assuming we're heading back to the boss.
Yes, you guys said you wanted to take the corpse up for the diviner.
Yeah.
Who are you guys going to? You want to go to Myriad again, or do you guys want to hit up somebody else?
Well, let's
hit up
get somebody
Myriad.
who we can trust just a little bit more. Somebody who may be a bit more experienced and dealing with
Oh, we
our
can get hold of our
Should
get
hit up
hold of
Cujo.
thingy, Cujo. Hit up
Alright, and I'm
Cujo
assuming you're
and
going to wrap the
Cujo.
body in a blanket or something, because you're not just going to
Yeah.
be parading around Luskan carrying a corpse.
Oh,
No,
yes,
no.
of course.
Well, you are, but I mean, you're going to tend
A
not
little bit more discreet than that.
Okay.
A little bit more discreet than what I was planning if we were going to penetrate deeper into the stuff.
Okay, you guys abscond cave without any
I
harassment.
wish to
Yay.
I wish to go and see good friend Chur. Tell him to trap up this place.
Sure. I had so many plans for sure. Okay. You guys head back out.
And
the
I wish
exit of the
I wish to send down some paprika.
And you sit sitting at the entrance, watching your exodus. You find Chur along with a dozen or so of his warriors.
Hello, yes.
Hello, Chur.
You find
Yeah,
yes.
we found one of them.
What is
It's
it?
an elf.
Ah, elf
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, you know how it is. Elf supremacy and all that.
You
Oh,
kill
yeah,
them?
they're very dead. We killed the one. The other two, there were 2 more. They ran away. But we know in which direction they ran. So if you wish to put some traps or something in the cave, that may slow them down when they come back.
Cave?
Yeah, I point out the cave that they went down.
Okay, you spend a couple of minutes explaining to him.
You go this
where
way
the
and then
caves
left
are.
at the stalagmite, and then double around to 2 stalactites, and then up a bit.
Okay, he dispatches a couple of his best rat scouts to go and check the area out and set up some ambushes and traps and such. Alright.
Head back into Luskan.
You head back
Don't worry, I'll
into
send out
Luskan.
some paprika.
Yes, yes, spice good.
Like,
All
first
right.
things first, I want to buy a barrel of paprika.
I'm
Fucking
sure it is
really.
a barrel.
Hey,
Well,
you
it's a
know,
port. It's a port city. Hold on, let me have a look quickly. Paprika barrel pricing per 1 kilogram. Oh god, the price is in ducats. Fuck me. How do I convert that to gold now? So,
One ducat, one gold?
Sure, 1 ducat, 1
Hold
gold.
on, let me Google.
So it's going to
Ducat
cost
to gold.
you. It's going to cost you 48 gold
Oh, that's chop
pieces.
change. I buy him 2 barrels.
Fuck it. Buy him 3 barrels. I'll
yeah,
chip in with 1 barrel.
I'll throw in for a barrel as
Fuck it. Okay, so 4 barrels of fucking paprika.
Put right.
And I'm assuming you guys just tip one of the like sailors to like fucking trolley that shit down for you to the.
Yeah,
ju-
pretty much.
if a rat man stops you, just tell him that Hans the elf sends his regards.
Rat
Don't
man.
worry, he's very friendly. His name is Chur. If it's not Chur, ask for Chur. Tell him that Hans sent you.
Sir, have you been
A
drinking?
little bit, well, not alcohol. That's for sure. Something a little more
Sure.
incorporeal.
While Hans is talking to the sailor, I use my criminal network to get a message to Cujo to tell him to meet us.
All right. You use the thieves' cant, which is a variety of different sigils that can be carved in surfaces, or also communicated with finger motions discreetly while having a different conversation. You're basically just like walking through the market, like scattering finger signals, hoping that
Yeah,
one of the agents will see what you're doing.
We tell him we need Cujo.
All right, no problem. Where do you guys retire to with said body?
My house.
Yeah.
Describe
yeah,
your
best
home
place.
for us.
Oh, it's just a little. It's
What does
just
it
a
look
little
like?
thing of. I need the map of the town.
Yeah, sorry, let me quickly pull that up.
I need to very quickly.
Sorry, I was so bemused by the 4 barrels of paprika, so I was like, what the fuck?
I said I.
Can you guys
yeah.
see this
I
one?
said I'd get the man some paprika.
yes,
Where's
yeah.
the middle class area of the place?
Middle class for this one is going to be this area over here.
Yeah, I live in the shadow of the walls then. Like around this street.
Okay.
It's just a nice little simple, unassuming house.
All right, and how's your home furnished?
Of resplendent.
All right, Hans leads you to his
Lots of
home.
lots of velvet.
His 4 chauffeurs carrying the wrapped parcel. Looks much like a rug at this point. And you retire to his home. Lauren, on the way there, you see a number of people get your message with
Okay.
discreetly let you know that they have let you know, and that they'll send somebody to let you know available. All right. So anything that you would like to do, Nox, while this is going on?
No, just following around.
Okay.
Yeah. Once we get to Hans's house, I'm going to meditate for an hour on my shiny new.
Okay. They're very obviously, who would have guessed, boots of elven kind. What else would they be with a bunch of elf supremacists?
No, you never know.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying. They're boots of elven. So what they do is, while you're wearing them, your steps make no sound, regardless of what surface you're moving on.
Ah,
You have
lovely.
advantage on stealth checks that rely on moving silently. All right. So those can be distributed however you guys see fit. Then, Hans, what hospitality do you offer these gents?
Only the finest wines and brandies. Some
Wines?
elfish drink. some nice meat that's very paprika-y.
That's the kind of thing now. All right. An
Yeah.
hour or so passes before you hear a very polite knock, knock, knock. Your front door.
Oh, I will go get it. I go and look for my peak hole.
You see Cujo standing there wearing a very neat suit. And he appears to be accompanied by the same lady as he was at the...
I open the door. Welcome to my humble abode. Come in, make yourself at home.
Oh, you see the lady Felonor look at you. You know, you shouldn't just go around inviting people into your home like that. It could have been anything.
This is very true.
But nonetheless, she steps inside, follows Cujo.
It's a good thing my defensive magics recognize you.
She smiles at you, showing some pointy teeth. Make a deception check for me. Sif magic. Oof, that's pretty good.
19.
Goddamn.
Bullshit is strong with this one.
Wow, okay. You see her lift one delicate eyebrow, but see to your statement. Gracious. Of course. Cujo takes his hat off and looks around for a hat rack.
It's next to the door.
Hangs it gently. So, got a message that you solved the boss's little problem.
Well, solved is an interesting word. Made progress.
Where's your friends?
They're in the dining room. I take them into the dining room where there is a.
I'm probably on the
Please
roof
get
somewhere.
off of my ceiling. Do you know how long it takes to dust up there?
Well,
While he's up there, he could dust.
That's
for
true. I
you,
use a
you know.
mage hand to pass the duster up to him.
okay.
Cujo, okay,
Ever since he got those boots, this is all he does.
I
don't
always
suppose
had these
you've got
boots. I've had these boots whenever I was still a small
This
child.
is all he ever does.
That's how I live.
Don't suppose you've got a nice cup of tea.
Oh, yes. I go and start making some tea, and I point out the corpse. Somebody please explain the corpse.
The four skeletons, I'm assuming, have got your corpse. Are you just gonna lay it down on the dining room table?
Yes.
Or
The worst things have been on it.
you're from inside, the lady's like, what? Okay. Skeletons lay out the corpse, unroll it from your variety of bedrolls, tarp, and other coverings. That it now looks slightly more corpse-ish and less ruggish. There is indeed the corpse of an elven woman. Frostbitten, blackened veins, scorched armor, still smelling of brimstone, Nox. And, yeah, very dead. The lady looks at you lot. So, are we playing a guessing game, or how are you going to inform us to see what's going on?
Well, we found this elf in the ruins that were killing off, well, pretty much everybody that is the elf, even some elves, for some reason. I don't really understand. I assume that Hans could explain that part a little bit better.
I think we're race traitors.
They're from Eldrith Veluthra down there. That's an.
She raises her eyebrow as you say that.
Have you heard of them?
Found the tattoo, I take it?
Well, I mean, she probably had a tattoo, but trying to find it now is fairly impossible.
Nah. You see her pull a short dagger out from literally nowhere. It just materializes in her hand. Blade itself black and looks oddly familiar. Very similar to a certain greatsword that you had found recently. She proceeds to cut through the armor. Basically stripping the elf down to the naked body on the table. You can see right on the stomach, above the waistline, a small tattoo that looks like very generic tattoo actually. Looks like this. Here's a picture for you lads. It looks like a human skull that has been carved down the middle, still bisected by the sword.
Obviously, that's a human skull. It's got no pointy.
Definitely a
Well,
human
it's
skull,
obviously
yes.
not a bugbear skull. I would know. All my family are dead.
Casual death. So, she is indeed one of these. That's a little bit worrying.
Her claim was that their sole purpose down there was to kill Mongols and race traitors.
Is
Doesn't
that
make
killing-
sense though, because they were killing were-rats. Is as best we can follow. Or according to her, they were a cell of 3 down there.
It makes sense. They're like terrorists. They don't know who their fellow agents are. They don't know where their orders come from. They're very compartmentalized.
Also, the way she, well, my understanding was from my friend here who speaks the Elven language explained that the implication was that killing the Ratman was not a objective in itself, but rather a purpose for a way to get to an objective.
It jives with what I've heard of them. They were probably incidental to whatever their real goal was. They often work with lycanthropes, so the killings would be out of character for them. It's unusual.
Right, they work with lycanthropes often?
Indeed.
We are hypocrites, but so are all
Yeah,
terrorists.
wouldn't they hate them?
I don't pretend to know the mind of these people. I just know what I've heard of them. The Harpers would probably know more. So, have you wiped out this group, then?
No, just this one.
Cujo's like, oh, where are we on that tea?
It's just coming!
Excellent.
I bring out the nice teapot.
Alright.
But
Cujo
I think
looks... What kind of tea is it, Diplo?
Oolong.
Sorry. Oolong. Oolong tea. Okay. Hold up, I need to roll to see if we actually liked oolong. He does indeed.
Yes, very much.
Yes, he's pleased by your choice. Your good choice of tea there. So, if you didn't kill them, where's the others?
We've got them holed up in what appears to have been an abandoned orc ancient encampment of some kind under the old.
it was some kind of mine. There were pictures of miners on the wall, and then there was this ancient battlefield. It's so much was a mine of some sort in ancient times.
I'm not much of a scholar, so take your word for it.
We were hoping to be able to use some of the boss's resources to see if we could get any more information from this, pointing at the corpse, maybe some kind of spiritual communion or something to try and get a better lead on where these other 2 might be.
Ladies, like, oh, you mean to speak with the dead?
Or command them, one of the 2, something to give us some kind of lead on where the others.
Well,
Unless you've got deep... Yes?
Oh, well, no. I mean, the important part about the information is less about where these 2 remaining ones are. Well, they can easily be made. But the more important part is getting everything out of her, because she was very stubborn. Well, we tried to break her, and I think we did, but... Well, we did, in the end. Versus
I'd imagine so.
Destroyed body. But more akin to information on how to get to the rest of them, because I assume that our troubles aren't going to end even if we simply destroy one set.
No, we'd probably need some more information.
Yes.
Speaking to the dead is not a bad idea. Problem is raising them. They are often reticent to provide the information one seeks, and you usually only get a few questions, depending on the strength of the practitioner. But it is an avenue we could pursue. No, you're the investigators. What do you think we should do?
Well,
If I'm
not mistaken, you have some skills in that direction.
Yes, but I specialize more in the raising of the mindless dead.
Hmm.
Like these fellas here.
Why don't we ask Gregory?
Ask me
Wasn't
what,
he a
boyo?
divination rest of a necromancer?
No, Gregory's more demons.
Oh no, Gregory!
he's
Yes, you're right.
necromancer.
I completely misunderstood.
Gregory
you.
is necromancy.
Yes, yeah,
not
but he
demon.
was demons. Gregory, what do you know about
No, Nox is
Oh.
demons.
How many
Yeah.
Gregorys are there?
You only have one Gregory.
Wait, who's the one divination guy we used to make the map to find the...
Myriad.
Oh yes, for some reason I thought his name was Gregory.
No,
I don't
Gregory
know.
is my floating my head that's jammed into a skeleton.
Gregory's
Oh.
like, hello, yes?
Don't worry,
So,
Gregory.
yes, for some reason you sound like me.
It's because I find your accent so fascinating, comrade, he says, trying to imitate you.
Yeah, well, alright. We'll still take those as a compliment, I
Gregory,
guess.
do you know anything about talking to the recently deceased?
Well, much like the lady said, it's often takes a bit of wrangling. Need divine magic to do it, so you're gonna have to get involved with a priest of some kind.
Oh no.
Probably one of the priests who's of the darker persuasion. The Thander fellows don't much care for going around talking to people that are dead. Well, the problem is, raise the dead. If the dead don't see things like we do. They don't see the past, they don't see the present, and they don't see the future. It's all kind of jumbled together. Their answers will normally be brief, cryptic, or repetitive. And of course, the spirit is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if they are hostile to you, or if they recognize you as an enemy.
How do you cast scrolls, by the by?
Pretty much the same as casting the spell, except you don't use a spell slot.
Can you cast spell that's a higher level than what you can cast?
Yes, you can.
Is there like a roll or anything, or could I just do it?
Let me just double check, because it's been some time since I actually used the scroll in 5th ed, and I can't fucking remember. Give me 2 seconds. I'll quickly double check while you guys are still hammering out
Cool.
your ideas. Go ahead. I'll check this along while you're doing the thing.
Alright.
Do you want me to roll my hit dice, by the way, for the short rest?
You're very, very set in that short dice, aren't you?
I don't know.
You could probably just
You can
have a
if you
long
want.
rest at this point.
Unless you have another encounter today.
Oh no! My skeletons rebel!
With Cujo on our side too.
Mm.
So, about that dagger that you have,
Liddy, you have
Monday.
to make a spellcasting check. DC is 10 plus the spell's level. So normally your spells use charisma to cast.
Sorry, it's DC is 10 plus every
Plus the
level
spells.
higher than mine.
No, the spell's level. So if it's level 5
Oh,
spell,
okay.
then you
Okay.
need a 10 plus 5, 15.
Okay.
She looks at you. Oh, this little thing? She snaps her fingers and it appears again.
That's quite an interesting looking accessory.
It's because it's a person, not an accessory. She smiles at you.
Wait, what? A person.
Indeed.
Would we have people who could, in theory, gain information were she alive?
Well, there's a number of ways one can go about it. There's torture,
We tried that.
although it might take some time.
Mm.
As you've probably noticed yourselves, these terrorists that have been at it for a few centuries tend to have quite a resilience to torture. Otherwise, we can try divination magics. I know the bailiff
employs a priest with a spell that compels one to speak the truth while inside of it.
Oh, that's right, the Son of Truth. I think I have access to that, but I forget to always change my spell.
She smiles. Other than that, I suppose you could try and you can combine the two. I suppose one could get a strong enough priest to raise the spirit inside his own truth, compel them to give you the answers you seek.
Well, I can always try something. Oh, well, we'll probably have enough people here anyway.
I love it when the thing starts like that.
Yeah. I take one of the pouches I'm still carrying with me that has 500 GP worth of diamonds, and I take out a scroll of Raise Dead.
Kuja's kind of like, not to be impolite.
Or, yes.
One else at home. But, the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, trying to raise the dead?
Why?
Well, so we can, ask her questions later. She's dead now. Kind of hard to ask her questions. We don't have any, unless we have access to, somebody who can ask the dead thing.
Lady, sorry, just one thing. Remember, it's a willing creature, eh?
Oh, well, that might not work.
Does it want to be
Unless
dead?
It doesn't want to get the...
Does it want to be dead?
Does it want to be brought back and tortured?
Does it know?
By the people that tortured her
Does
to
it
death?
know?
It doesn't know.
It does.
It's going to be taught. It's dead.
It does actually know.
Oh, wait.
Part of the spell.
Oh, wait. Okay, I actually read the skull. This might not be a very... it might not even work. There's a very low chance of actually even working.
So it may or may not work. I just wanted to tell you beforehand so that you don't needlessly waste a scroll without, for no gain.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was already very aware that this has a very low chance of actually...
The scroll of save party members.
No, you can use it for various things. I'm just saying, in this particular instance, since you literally tortured the person to death, they probably wouldn't feel like, I'm sure they're raising me for a benign reason. Let me go back. Oh no, I've made a horrible mistake.
Well, maybe we should just hand the body over, and Kujo, you find someone that can deal with it, and we'll go back down in the mines, in the ruins tomorrow, and go hunt down those other two.
Well,
Yes. Go get the last ones, and then maybe...
I could probably send some men down to help you flush them out.
I mean, that would be great if I get Cher to map out some of the area. Maybe he knows where these ruins come back up to the open, and then you can post men there.
Here's an idea. You said you're looking for somebody who can help you find them, right? What about that weedy fellow you recommended to me a week ago?
No, yes, he would be helpful. Have you incorporated his business yet?
Oh yes, as soon as I heard from you, I sent a few stout fellows to go and investigate.
Good stuff. How'd that go for him?
Oh, wonderfully. He's very happy. In fact, he's been telling everybody how much he enjoys your patronage.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Well,
You want me to send him over for
no,
you?
we'll go find him.
All right. So I'll send some of the lads down to go talk to Cher.
Yeah, if
See if we can barricade them in there and then flush them out.
that would be fantastic.
All right. And then you're gonna try and find out exactly where they are, so we don't spend the next year looking for asses with our hands. Eh?
Well, that would be the goal of our expedition. Yes.
All right. It sounds like a plan. Who's gonna make this body disappear?
Well, do you need it?
Don't you need it?
Do we need it? We might
I
need
know
it.
you were talking about some magic
Alright,
stuff.
we'll hang on to it for now. We'll get rid of it when we need to.
All right then.
Oh,
You
yeah,
see
we
the
have
ladies.
many ways of getting rid of bodies, that's no worry.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure, the lady says. All right then. We shall make arrangements. And then you will hear from us. If you do find out anything else important, please let us know. It's quite a curious turn of events.
Oh, yes,
We
of
shall do.
course.
Also, if you happen to hear anything, we would appreciate any.
Of course.
information
We are, of
shared.
course, business associates.
Indeed.
And it is only good business. Now, Kuja's
And
like,
before-
so excuse me, gents. Or said Nox.
and before you go, he's talking to the lady. Could you perhaps tell me about dominating the blade, if you know anything about?
Sounds like something you'd need to pay extra for normally. No, I don't know anything about that.
You should just whip
Where
it
did you
out!
get your dagger from?
It's a pact between myself and someone else.
I see.
I did them a favor, and now they do me a service. If there's nothing else,
Oh, I think that's it. Thank you for taking time of your, I assume, very busy schedule.
more so than you think and less so than you imagine.
I have no idea what that actually means.
She smiles and steps towards the door, and you see Cujo actually grab his hat, turns around to you. Thanks for the tea.
That's right.
Right, good. Opens the door for her. They step out onto the street. And you see there are two more gentlemen standing outside the door that were keeping a watch. Or waiting for something that fall in behind them as they head in deeper into town.
Did Cujo look like he was in a fight before he came here at all? Because last time he was limping a little bit.
He's still limping a little bit, but it looks like he's healing up. He's better, but not hale and hearty.
Okay.
Still bearing in mind that he probably took out on his own what took all four of us to take out. I don't think we want to pick a fight with him.
Was that ever an implication?
No, just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
All right, lads. So, what is our course of action from?
Well, we could go and first of all go and get a divination man. Something to help us find the friends of this person. Maybe we should take like a small sample of this one, get like a blood sample or something, and then ask him to like, yeah, can you find anybody who shares a similar blood to this? That way we'll find all of similar people. Maybe that will help us find the elves, or maybe we'll just make it so that we'll find any elves. But still, we're gonna go underground, so any elf.
Maybe they
outside
do some kind of bloodletting ritual. It's a possibility. Is there any place where I can have a? You said the Harpers would have more information. Where are they in Luskan?
You don't know. The Harpers are a organization that everybody knows of. Their exploits are much like the tales of a certain James Bond. You know, always told with an air of mystery and exaggerated stories of them saving the world and infiltrating organizations and bringing down bad guys. You know, all while looking fabulous and getting the girl at the end of the day. So a lot of people imagine the Harpers don't exist. A lot of people know that they exist, but there's this thick layer of conjecture and myth surrounding them. So anybody could be a Harper, but don't know who or personally where such a person might be.
Did the lady take the tattoo with her off of the corpse?
No, she didn't cut it off. She just examined it.
We could
Which
try
college
to-
are the Harpers part of again? Sorry.
Which what?
Which college are the Harpers a part of?
Not any particular college. They're more an organization.
Okay. No, it's
about
cool.
preserving
I've got the
good.
College of Law, Bardic College.
Yeah, no, they're not a particular college. They're not even all bards necessarily. The easiest way to describe them is a semi-secret organization dedicated to promoting good and preserving history, art, and music, and the maintenance of balance between civilizations and natures by keeping kingdoms small and the destructions of animal and plant life to a minimum.
We could try to get them to divine what this. If anyone else has a tattoo similar like this,
That would be useful.
this seems to be some kind of identification mark.
Does any of our characters' backgrounds have anything that we might know anybody like Harper's?
I don't know. Is anybody here particularly like I don't know? Were any of you guys particularly closely allied with anti-terrorist James Bond?
No.
Well, I'm
Eco-terrorist
probably-
James Bond.
Maybe I'm a urban bounty hunter. I'm something with that. Maybe.
No,
I'm
definitely not.
basically Bugbear Batman.
True, but you're also one of the monstrous races that they would normally go out of their way
Hans
to
is a fixer for the mob.
Wow.
hunt.
Wow. Those Harpers are fucking racist.
Yep.
Could start my own Harpers. That aren't racist.
Hereditary enemies are orcs, goblin races, the Intarum, Cult of the Dragon, Iron Throne, Red Wizards, political powers and arm, and the Cabal Shan in the Shadow.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, chaotic good people. Sometimes they're assholes.
Penises. Racist penises.
So, I'm going to say we stop here for the evening.
Alright.
That's cool with everybody.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
next
fine.
week, you guys can pick up trying to figure out where and how and what you want to do. How does that sound?
Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan.
Fantabulous. All right. So this went in a completely different direction from what I expected to happen, not gonna lie. Didn't expect the party to actually fall back on divination magic, because normally you guys just bull into things and die. So that was a nice change.
We have brains and we know how to use them.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Hans is now going to, sit with his corpse.
No, I'll have the I have it put in a cupboard or the basement.
Yeah, there's a lot of different divination magic available. Who's all spellcast? Pretty much all of your spellcasters,
Yes.
actually.
To some extent, yes.
Everybody except Letty, because this isn't really Bugbear or
Oh yeah, I
Paladin.
don't have any Arcana. I don't actually know how magic works. I'm just like, I can cast spells. I learned this somehow.
Tell you guys what. Dylan, Hippo, and Eric, all of you make a Arcana roll for me. Just a straight knowledge Arcana roll, and that will determine what level of divination magic you're familiar with.
10.
4.
Okay, plus,
D20 plus
24.
your Arcana. How much?
24.
Jesus Christ, I suppose that makes up for the two shitty rolls. All the way up to... Yeah, actually pretty much everything. Okay, so what I would recommend, Eric,
Yeah.
is with the Arcana, here's a link. Do it this way.
Okay.
You can filter by divination school.
Ah, lovely.
This is to represent your knowledge of this particular subject of the arcane. You can look through that and see if there's
Yeah.
anything. You don't have to do it now, but for next week. And then in game, try and see if we can find somebody that will be able to cast that particular kind of enchantment.
Okay.
Would I know? Because these guys are obviously, mage people. They know their stuff, but they obviously most of their magic knowledge comes from, kin kind of people. Would I know
Yes.
any goblinoid shamans or non-goblinoid? Anybody who's like more of a
Ooh.
monstrous rate shaman who could help us with this?
Well, I'm assuming you're a bugbear, so probably. Come up with somebody, and then we'll see if they maybe know.
All right.
Make a background character. Make a
I shall make
acquaintance.
And
Doesn't
I
have to be
shall.
long, like a paragraph or two, and then you can send it to me, and then we'll see. It's always good to incorporate characters' backgrounds into the story, characters' backstories, and things. So yes, you probably will know some shamans because normally monstrous races are led either by a strong warlord, who will have a spiritual advisor, a priest of some kind, or they'll be led by shamans themselves, dominating the tribe through force of magic rather than force of arms. Okay. So, thoughts, ideas, and suggestions, boys?
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, good.
Goddamn
All
elf
good? Dylan, you
supremacists.
still happy?
Mhm.
They're actually an official thing as well.
They need
That's
to
the
be
best
more
part.
subtle.
Oh, they've got some interesting things. Because they're actually like really old school. They're still well. I don't know how many of you guys will remember this, but they're still from like Myth Draenor. So it's like old school D&D. I was very pleased to see they've been ported to 5th edition. Hippo, they went on Elven Crusades.
Beautiful.
Pretty much. Except with more elfing and more slaughtering everybody that's not an elf.
Yeah.
For Gerelfism.
Girelfism. In this particular case, Myth Draenor is actually the city that was wrecked. Okay. So, let me have a look-see. I'm going to give you guys full XP for that encounter, because you did solve the encounter.
We solved your elf terror puzzle.
Elf terror puzzle?
Kill an
Which
elf and then walk out.
means... Well, it was you solved it, not in the way that I expected you to solve it, but you guys did. So all of you are going to level.
Oh,
Getting up to level 8.
Oh, yeah.
So those of you who wish to roll for hit points may now roll for hit points. And then, like I say, next session, before we get started, I just want to quickly port everybody's characters over to the new sheets. I'll have them hammered out by then. It shouldn't take long, because the sheets are very easy to fill in. Shouldn't take more than 20 minutes or so to fill out. And then, yeah, we'll just go from there. So, does anybody get anything cool at level 8?
ability score improvement.
Yep.
Or a feat?
I
don't
really
want
need
ability
ability
score
score improvement.
What, intelligence?
Yes.
Good man. Be a smart elf.
Let's
Man.
see.
I can't believe that Rogue managed to get a fucking sneak attack in both sessions against the primary caster. That was so ludicrous. I was like, yeah, they're just gonna come down here into this passageway and then like barricade the door and take a short rest because Dylan wanted to rest last week. Hey guys, let's take cover with our backs to this door without checking it. I was like, huh. That's a thing. So that was really interesting.
I knew it too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get ambushed down this hallway from these doors.
You guys never
it
even
wasn't
checked
me
the
this
second
time.
door. There might have been an elf standing there listening to you torture their comrade that whole time.
Ability score improvement.
Yep. I have 20 charisma now.
Or a feat.
It's up to you guys. Ability score improvement's very useful for your primary ability if you're a spellcaster because it increases the DC of your spells,
Yeah.
which is very nifty. Very, very nifty.
That's what I had to do.
What's your intelligence now?
18.
Nice. That's respectable. Also, I think for the wizard, it actually gives you more uses of some of your stuff as well. Because some of your things is modified by intelligence.
I'll be right back.
No problem. Okay.
Oh, I think I can learn
So,
more
yes,
spells.
everybody do their
I can
sheets.
prepare 2 more spells.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's pretty useful. What are you doing, Eric? You're going to increase charisma.
1 into charisma, 1 into strength.
What does that put you on there?
Charisma 19, strength 12.
Oh man, why don't you go up to the 20 for the charisma, man? It's 1 extra DC and more bardic stuff.
Yeah, true. Why not?
Might be worth it. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying
Nah,
it
screw
might
it. Let's do
really
it.
be worth it.
Let's do it. Charisma 20.
Because it's gonna make all your. I think it also gives you more spells and stuff as well later on.
Ooh, I get to add more skill proficiency.
Oh lord.
Let's see. Based on everything that's happened, especially recently, medicine makes sense because I've done quite a bit of healing the last couple of days.
Medicine. Hey, you can help Dylan identify dead bodies you can use for his spell reagents.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm maximum charisma now.
Nice. You also have an extra level 4 spell now, Eric.
I know I'm getting to the magics.
Yeah, Bard's actually a full spellcasting progression in this edition. Like Wizards too.
Yep.
Pretty interesting.
No, it's really. I am going through all my stuff here because I'm going to spend some time next week as well. I want to buy some equipment in town.
Okay.
I
So,
think I
like I said, next week what we'll
might
do is
need
we'll...
some better quality.
That's all good. Like what we'll do next week is we'll port everybody's gear classes to new character sheets. We will, for those of you who still have thingies that they want to craft, we'll craft. Those of you who want to do some quick shopping, we can do a shopping trip in while you're on your way to go see Myriad. And then, yeah, we can pick up from there and then go. We'll do like a little bit of a bookkeeping session just so everybody can get stuff. Like, for example, I know some of your spellcasters are going to want to swap some of your spells out. So let's say you get
Yeah.
better armor, then you can swap out mage armor for something else. Or
Yes.
Yep,
I'm
that kind of
finally
thing.
level 8. I finally gotten my other feat.
Oh?
I got the Sentinel.
Oh, you're the Pokeboy of Pokiness now.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice.
With an opportunity attack, its speed becomes 0.
So you guys currently still have a Shadow Demon running around. You've got some Elf
it's
Supremacists
fine.
running
Somebody
around.
else will do.
As long as the Shadow Demon doesn't start interfering in business, forget about it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
if it starts interfering with business, we can get paid for it again.
Other than the general stuff, how are you guys enjoying NPCs? Are they all too similar?
No, they're great.
No, they're
Sure, it's the
fine.
best.
Sorry, what's
Pretty
that?
Sure,
good,
it's
though.
the best.
Sure is best rat.
I hope he's happy with the paprika.
Oh my god, he's gonna have so much paprika, Jesus Christ.
I'd like to scribble some notes to keep it in a cool, dry place.
I assume that goes without saying. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna close 20. Then I'm gonna play a couple of minutes of Destiny before I have to go to bed. Sadness.
Sad. I have to sleep.
I know, right? I sometimes wish I didn't have to sleep. Like, I love sleeping, but I really wish I didn't have to sleep.
I know.
It's like 6 hours of my day or 4 hours of my day that I could have used to play video games, damn it.
God damn it, Bobby.
All you need is just
Okay.
to apply more caffeine to it.
I try and stay off caffeine these days, or else I can't sleep at all.
Okay. Well, that's your end goal, not sleeping at all. I'm seeing a solution to a problem present itself here.
Yeah, but then I also collapse after a few days into a coma.
Okay, well, you lose a day, but gain all of those hours. What would you rather have? Losing hours every day, or having many days and then lose most of a day?
The last time that happened, I ended up in a hospital and slept for 17 hours straight.
That's like 2 nights sleep.